Alrighty. Everything's booting up just nice and lovely. Oh, I should maybe, like, plug my... Oh, no, phone's plugged in. I just need to get chat up. That would make all sorts of sense. Oh yeah, that was a little bit delayed there. Oh right, no, I forgot the game window is smaller. Is it a good size for you guys? Yes, that's right, I forgot we had chat on the right side of the screen. Hi Nem, not going to be here for long, I got another thing, and I find 6 the less fun to watch and play out of the series. Fair. It's definitely the most interesting with the lore, but Trilby's Notes was definitely the best game. Good to see you for however long you were here, though, Nem. And we'll be starting in just a minute or so. Theo is so slow. Oh God, I don't remember that, but it sounds accurate. I know this one has probably the most interesting finale out of all of them. Like when shit goes down at the end, shit goes down. The mansion bit I remember being really interesting. You know what I mean, Nem, but I won't spoil it for anyone who doesn't. And then the man in red reveal. That one's pretty good too. Like, I really like how this game brings all the plot together. And we get all the answers and such. And I do like what Yahtzee was going for with this one. See if you can make it back in time for the ending, Nem. Hehehe. Alright. One more puff and we'll get going. I will... I will... okay, I won't say anything. I will also say that it's been a bit of a rough weekend, so I'm probably a bit lower energy than I was last time, but I'm still looking forward to it, and we're gonna get into it. Commentary, yes, baby. Oh, you're back. What's that? Commentary? Oh, geez, haven't I finished designing games yet? Okay. Usual deal, make sure you play through the game, whatever. Now, you can toggle commentary on and off by pressing... I don't give a shit about your spoilers. Although I will, like, skip a few things if I need to. Yesterday I saw the body of the bridge keeper engulfed in flame, and I saw the bridge created by 1/3. Tomorrow I saw the soul of the bridge keeper reduced to ash, and I saw the bridge created by 2/3. Just him talking about fade outs. Today the mind of the bridge keeper shall meet with its destiny, and I shall see the bridge extend between the two realms. And the many children of the king shall leap and dance and sing praise in his name, for great is his wisdom and his benevolence. The Book of the Bridge. There are 3 books of Chzo. Books of the Prince deals with the appointment of the Tall Man. Book of Victims concerning the Tall Man's adventures, avenging the wood. Those 2 factored heavily into Trilby's notes. The 3rd book, Bridge, prophetically details the events of earlier games and sets things up for 6 Days of Sacrifice. The Book of the Bridge is gradually revealed in its entirety in this game and the Countdown Trilogy. Your face is a Countdown Trilogy. I should have done this the moment you came into this world, Deem. Oh, this is, the dad. Yeah, Roderick. May God forgive me. Oh, yeah, okay, so these are 5 Days of Sacrifice and 7 Days a Skeptic. It's the 2 where we exorcised the body... So the form. It is worth mentioning that this scene is split between the endings of 5 Days and 7 Days. Nah, I didn't think so. No, we know. Don't worry about yachts, we know. I'm not even going to read this dialogue, because you were all there for this. It's just Roderick being a dick to both of his children, really. And then we'll jump to Mr. Imposter, what's his face, from 7 Days, throwing the totem. I've never been happy with the welder collapsing animation, so in this case I covered up my shame with a transcendent slow-mo fadey effect. Yeah, I remember he bitched about that last time. Still looks kind of jank. But I mean, that is what it is. You know what sucks is that there wasn't any dialogue accompanying the destruction of the soul? Indeed. Would have been nice to have the dialogue in the two scenes overlapping and then the destruction event simultaneously. Where's the music? Wasn't there sound here? Oh, can you guys not hear the... Oh, shit. Yeah, I'm sorry, homie. That is what we refer to as a maybe. I'm definitely distracted today. There, sound should be back. Fate and bone idleness conspired against that one, and yes, there was music there. Not this part, but... "196 years later, 196 years earlier." Okay, let me make this all clear to you. The destructions of Defoe's body and soul were both highly magical events since Defoe was a bridge. A bridge being an entity of both technology and magic who bridges the gap between the ethereal and scientific realms. A destruction event causes ripples in the membrane that separates the realms, echoing off into the past and the future. At this point, exactly midway between the 2 points, is an intersection point where the membrane is at its weakest, the moment when a third destruction event can create a portal. Had all 3 aspects been destroyed at the same time, the portal would have opened immediately, of course, but since they didn't, things became a bit convoluted. Fair. I guess there's no music for this part. Left click to walk, right click on hotspots to open... Oh, shit. I was going for right click to examine and double click to open menu, but my testers didn't like that one so much. Actually, I'm not sure how much they didn't like it, but I certainly didn't like it, so I just used the 7 days. Cool. Well, we've got sound effects, and you should be hearing those. Yes, you are. No music, though. That was reserved for key moments like the ones we just missed. Crushed leather. Very nice. Doesn't look like it's ever been used. It won't reply. Magazine. We take that. Since some women's magazines put here to help visitors pass the time, I guess. Take. I'm not the right demographic? I don't give a shit. Do I seem like I give a shit, bro? What about the door? Do we have a door gay again? It's the way I came in, the way back to the car park. No, okay, not this door at the very least. Ah, Theo, don't get used to the speed or this look. Yes. It's 11 o'clock. Why wouldn't there be a receptionist at the desk? It's the receptionist terminal, probably used to check on appointments and communicate with other parts of the building. So the pamphlet? No. Can I do something with your computer? It's turned off and probably password locked anyway. There's nothing on the other side of the desk, almost as if it's been cleared out. Oh, we have a journal. Can I... Ah, I see. I don't see any call buttons. Probably scans automatically for security clearance. Okay. Oh, there's the pamphlet. Aha, I knew there was. Some kind of pamphlet on ophthalmology. That's a religion whose headquarters I am currently standing at. Definitely not Scientology. Definitely not. I'll add it to my journal. To reread items in your journal, click the journal button. Yeah, okay, we already did that. The journal was included because people requested one after Trilby's notes, because of all the reading matter in that game you couldn't take with you. So, of course, instead of putting a journal in Trilby's notes, I put one in the next game, where it makes much less thematic sense. Go me! Fair. Life becoming a struggle, need a guiding hand, want to be part of the world's fastest growing family. Ophthalmology is a religion catered for you, taking the best parts of all previous religions to make a great new way of thinking. Join ophthalmology today. Speaking of which, are you Mr. Garriott? Oh. Garriott caused a wee bit of confusion because I leaked his sprite early in development. Cough called cough, yep. And after referring to a bald, red-robed guy in the Countdown Trilogy, everyone thought the sprite was him. I thought about giving him a hairdo, but it proved unnecessary. Everyone seemed to be able to differentiate alright. Except this one guy who thought Garriott was Canning, the Pillock. I have no idea what any of that means. Get out of my way, you fool! Mr. Garriott, I'm from the county council. What? My name's DeCabe. I phoned you a week ago about running an inspection of your facilities. Oh, yes, I remember. The council has been informed that you may be extending your premises without planning permission. I just need to take a look around and make sure you aren't. Is it completely necessary? It's just a precaution, entirely routine. Could you come back another time? Well, actually, no. Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention. Ophthalmology is a thinly disguised pastiche of Scientology. Well done to everyone who picked up on that. I have to get this done before the end of the week, and this is my only free time slot. I see. Is there a problem? No, not at all. Well, why don't I take you up in the elevator and we can tour the building? I'd be obliged. Where's the shove? So, asked many people what was so important about Theo DeCobb that the Order manipulated events to place him inside the facility. The answer, of course, is bugger all. As the scene shows, DeCobb's imprisonment was a panicky, spur-of-the-moment decision on Garriott's part. His eventual fate comes more out of being at the wrong place at the wrong time than a conscious decision by one of the most absurdly powerful super beings involved. This doesn't make sense to a lot of you, but it will. I want him to be as average and unremarkable a person as possible to help the player project. And to show just how much a brush with the horrors of Chzo Mythos can change a normal man. Yeah, don't worry about things. Just don't worry about it. Our name is Theo DeCobb. Day 1. Out of the prophesized 6 days. July 24th, AD 2189. I told you I have no idea who he is. Then why should you care? I'm a doctor, for God's sake! This is another graphic I leaked along with that sprite early on in development to give a tutorial on how I make backgrounds. Hey look, it's Trilby. Hi, Trilby. After looking at it, everyone thought this was going to be another space game. Tee. It seems terribly convenient. You don't think if he was our agent, we would find a way to get him down here without smashing him to pieces? A broken neck is not something I call convenient. Don't think me a fool. He arrives now, of all times, and you insist it's a coincidence. What else could it be? I was worried that people would be turned off by not controlling Trilby again, even though this is supposed to be the John Defoe series, not the Trilby series. I might have to click past here. I was afraid people would hate it like they hated Metal Gear Solid 2 when you weren't controlling Solid Snake for most of it. I did, however, notice that Metal Gear Solid 2 got good again when Solid Snake was reintroduced into the plot, so I made sure to put Trilby in as early as possible. Ugh. He's awake! Can you hear me? I can't remember if this is a guy or a girl, but the ponytails make me say girl. Do you know your name? Can you tell me your name? DeCobb. Theodore DeCobb. My name's Samantha Hardy. There we go. Samantha Hardy is probably a descendant of Philip Hardy from 5 Days, since I love Descendants so much. Indeed. What's happening? How much do you remember? Hey! Stop talking to him. I don't want either of you saying another word until my employer gets here. This man is seriously injured. He has to be returned to the surface and taken to a properly equipped hospital. By the way, what the fuck is up with this door? I will not tell you again. No one leaves, no one breathes a word until my employer tells me what is to be done. God damn you. Not a word. As well as getting it out of the way quickly that yes, Trilby was in this game, I also wanted to swiftly make him seem like a dick. Done. Quite dickish. So just as people thought they knew who they were dealing with, they'd be all like, what? Isn't he an awesome dude? Why is he being such a dick? The grave robber had a kid or a sibling? Oh dear. My expectations are confounded, they would add, and now anything can happen, which makes it all the scarier. Indeed. Alright, can we do a savey thing? We can. Save. Alright, we're going to look at the bed. The small, unwashed medical cot is spotted with very familiar-looking blood. I bounced myself gently to test the mattress, and a jolt of pain ran up my spine. There's also a console over there. It appears to be a touchscreen console of some kind. Can't move. What's up with this door? It seems that something is banging on the door from the other side. She's wearing the spectacles and lab coat that denotes a scientific choice of career. That would violate her personal space somewhat. Shh. Psst. Samantha looks at me questioningly. Oh, yes. Now we have dialogue. She points at me, then mimes cutting her throat meaningfully. Oh dear. Employer's probably going to want me dead. Samantha shrugs and shakes her head, indicating she doesn't think she can reason with or defeat the man. She shrugs. Okay, that was the door in the north. Point to the console. She shakes her head and mouths the word password. Privacy screen. Samantha shrugs. She has no idea how to activate it. I didn't see that. Mouth the word password. She shrugs. She has no idea. Okay. Is this the privacy screen? Oh. There's some chicanery over here. Looks like it's been used to burn documents. You forgot desk? Yes. Oh, is it a dialogue choice? I didn't see that. I'll try again in a sec. Probably belongs to the chief medical officer. The papers on it seem to be in disarray. I wish they would have some kind of music for this, or at least sound effects of the door banging. It's a large cupboard for storing medical supplies and records. Really, I would love to see like a remaster of these 4 games. Is that it? Tall and athletic man, physically in his early 30s, wearing absurdly old-fashioned clothes. Please, quiet! You can explain yourself to my employer when he arrives. Yeah, that's nice. Alright, yo, what's up, girl? I did forget the desk, okay. Get away from there! Okay. So that was a thing. What's the matter now? His condition may still be degrading. The facilities here are very understocked. Move aside. I'm going to check him. Okay. So we want him to come close, and then we want her to go to the desk. I don't see any problems. Point to the guard. Point to the desk. No? Are you just... Okay. I could check the guide, but I do want to try and figure this out for just a moment more. I take the slip of paper from his pocket while he leans over. He doesn't seem to notice. I didn't realize he had one poking out, but good to know. That'll be our password. It's just a slip of paper with a meaningless sequence of numbers on it. I pass the note to Samantha. She glances at it, then nods in understanding and pockets it. It's possible to give the paper to Sam before she comes back and stands next to you again. Pretend she has really long arms. Fair. Alright, I need you to go do the console thingy, girl. Beep boop. She points at the privacy screen, then at the door in the north wall. Okay. So we're going to stop, and we're going to save. Because I think we want to do the screen and then the door, because whatever's in the door will tear him the fuck apart. I think that's what we're going for here. Alright, so do privacy screen. That won't help you. I can't see you, but there's only one way out of here. Out of there. That's fine. And the door in the north wall. Oh, it's the tall man. Okay. You. I remember you. So why is the tall man killing the trilbies? Plural. Most people seem to think it was to allow John Defoe's influence to escape from the confines of the hub. While that was certainly part of it, he has other reasons. Since Trilby would have probably been the new prince if he'd done his job properly in 5 days, the tall man endeavors to kill him so it can't happen. Ah, jealousy. Don't look. But what's going on? Don't look! Dead. Looks like we're loose again. Can you walk? Just about. It hurts a lot. How much do you remember? Look, I'm just a council inspector. I was sent here to run an inspection on the building. Some lunatic upstairs pushed me down the elevator shaft, then I woke up here. Could you please explain to me what the hell is going on? You fell to the very bottom of the shaft. You are now within an underground laboratory complex. What do the ophthalmologists need it for? Ophthalmology is a front. A money-making, crowd-pleasing facade to disguise the true organization. Which is a cult. And they call themselves the Order of Blessed Agonies. One thing I'm not happy with about this game is a high degree of plot dumps that occur, especially in the first half. I guess this is the pitfall we run into when our protagonist is a completely blank character oblivious of all previous events. A bunch of masochistic freaks who worship some mad death god. Okay, so why do they have a laboratory complex? Do you mind if I ask, why were you sent to inspect the building? The police told us they received a tip. That the cultists were building something. Since they didn't have planning permission, I had to see if there was any truth to it. It seems there was. This complex isn't documented in any of our records of the site. I think you'd better talk to Janine. I have a feeling you're the person she's been waiting for. Who? The other prisoner. She and I were being held captive down here by one of the cultists. You mean the man who was guarding us? Where did he go, anyway? The man in the hat was just a mercenary, I think, hired to guard the place. Our captor is still around here somewhere. Janine and I only just escaped from our cell this morning. We were looking for a way out when you arrived. I dragged you in here, and the guard found me. We've got to call the police. No can do until we get to the surface. Something's blocking our communications. But with the three of us against one man, we should be able to negotiate our way out. Janine's supposed to be finding us some weapons. Find her. I apologize for placing a burden on you in your current state, but I have urgent matters to see to. People picked up on this, and I have to agree. Dr. Hardy is a huge bitch for making an extremely injured man do all this legwork, pretty much. What would you have preferred? A game where you sit on your arse scoffing grapes while other people got embroiled in darkness? I would have preferred maybe not having a wounded leg. It was important for the plot that Defoe be heavily injured. It was also important for gameplay that he get up and solve all the puzzles. In the name of these goals, Dr. Hardy became a huge bitch. These are things we must learn to accept and run with. Oh, yachts. Dr. Hardy, what happened to the guard? What was behind the door? Why didn't you let me see? Find Janine. Once the cultist is our hostage, I will have time to answer all your questions. Bye, bitch. And now you can see what Nem was talking about with walking speed. Kinda hobbles along everywhere. Witness from within the ouch. Greetings, Ned. All the drawers are empty like they've been emptied in a hurry. Burnt paper. I'll add it to my journal. From Acolyte Garriott to Acolyte Daravan, our preparations are complete. Feel free to evacuate yourself and your staff when you have finished burning your records. But make sure Canning and the prisoners remain. Our master will also remain and make his own arrangements. I will evacuate last when I have given the building and complex a final inspect. Anything in the bin I can get? Nothing in it but ashes. What about in this cabinet? It's full of medical supplies I've absolutely no idea how to use. Was that there before the guard was chased off? I don't remember. No, my friend, it was not. Don't really want to touch it? Yeah, that's fair. Alright, can we go to the north? We can. They're completely bare, the boxes are all empty. Shelves, presumably for the storage of medical supplies. It's like this room is just stripped of everything useful and departed in a hurry. As I suspected, it's empty. These boxes don't look empty, though. Can they maybe not be empty? No. Can we go through this door? I do believe we can. Yes, we are now in the main corridor. Usually I can cut a corner when making walking sprites and just flip the walking left sprites to make walking right. Obviously I couldn't do that with Defoe because of all of his bandages. I toyed with the idea of making his injuries symmetrical, but that would have looked dumb. Pretty sure this is where we just were. Yeah, because we can see by the symbols this should be the medical room. Yeah, okay. So you know what's in these two rooms. What's this? Is this anything? Hello? Very pixel perfect. Spectacles. Literally, you won't look at them. These are my glasses. They must have been left here when I was pulled out of the elevator shaft. You wear glasses, bro? Well, better pick them up. One of the lenses is smashed, the other is curved out of shape. I'll take the intact one and discard the rest. Wow, you look so busy. Dr. Hardy, have you gotten the weapons off Janine yet? You must hurry. We may not have long to act against our captor. So why are you just kind of chilling? Don't. We mustn't confront him until we have the upper hand. Get me the guns from Janine. Oh, I guess she's keeping guard or something. What's in here? Oh, a jail cell. I like jail cells. Looks like a handwritten memo held in place with tape. I'll add it to my journal. Canning, ensure that the prisoners remain sealed in the holding cell for at least 6 days. After this, it will no longer matter. Do not fail, Canning. This is your chance to redeem yourself for the crime of allowing the Orzakowski woman to explore the complex unsupervised. I literally have no idea how to open it. Well, that's dumb. Don't be dumb, dude. Orzakowski. Yeah, that's a name. I think these hallways loop. It appears to be locked. Okay, I'm not allowed in there yet. Can I go here? Yes. Oh, wait! Some, in fact, I think all of my plate testers seem to think that DeKalb keeps entering the room on the wrong side. They were wrong and stupid. What happens is that the perspective changes because the previous doors were all on the outside of the circle. And the door here is on the inside because it leads into the hub. And, oh, just forget it. Rip. It's a huge steel door strong enough to be a blast door. There's a sign on it reading Central Hub Authorized Personnel Only. Can I go in? I could never in a million years open it manually, even with both hands. Pfft. Not with that attitude, you can't. And now we're back in the central hallway. Won't open, must be a security lock that looks like a lab. This looks like security. It is. This room appears in the Countdown Trilogy in the second episode when the main character pinches Freehorn's blade. Beyond that door is a little museum and a stairwell leading up to the residential quarter of the Order compound, but DeKalb will never know that. Nem, if you're still here, can you remind me what the Countdown Trilogy is? Because I thought he was referring to the 5 days, 6 days, 7 days. But now I am doubting that. I think it's a security monitor, but it's showing nothing but snow. Screen has no controls. It's a touchscreen control panel, probably for the monitoring system. You lied to me. Screen appears to be locked out. I can't access any functions. Delightful. A fuse box? This place must have its own generator. The technology is really antiquated. I better not mess with electrics without a good reason. It could be dangerous. It's a barrel of something, smells like petrol. What possible use could I have for it? Won't open. There's a security lock requiring high clearance. Okay, so I think this room is otherwise useless. And I think we're back where we started. We are. We did see Janine. So, oh, no, not the bloodstained dude. I guess let's just go talk to Hardy again. Dr. Hardy, have you gotten the weapons off Janine yet? Is this the same line? Nem says the Countdown Trilogy is a set of 3 text adventures written by Yahtzee as a run-up to the release of the 4th Chzo. The 3 games are named after the 3 aspects. Each follows a short series of events that have repercussions on... I don't think I've ever actually played those. That's interesting. Okay, where the hell is Janine? Now this door opens. I found myself resenting Janine. I was going to use some old character sprites from an old project for her, but they don't look right. Didn't look right. So I had to do her from scratch, and for this reason I resent her. I had already planned to kill her, though. Her outfit is based off of Conrad from Flashback. Actually, if it isn't, but it looks like it should be. Ah! Oh, hello. Sorry, I thought you were... Who are you? My name's DeCobb. Are you Janine? You're not one of the cultists? No. One of them apparently dropped me down an elevator shaft. Dr. Hardy told me to find you. So you met Sam already? We were being held captive, her and me, for the last week or so. We were only able to get out of the cell this morning. She mentioned that. She said you would have found some weapons? Oh, sure, here. You came from outside? Are they sending someone to help us? I wouldn't know. But they must have gotten my message. We have to get these guns to Dr. Hardy. Maybe then we can get out of here. I'll wait here. Why? Why? Please, just... don't make me go out there. I couldn't face seeing... him again. Who? The cultist? No. Anyway, you'd better get going. Okay. No reason not to mention it, I guess. Janine is being slowly taken over by John Defoe. That's why she's so scared of Trilby, because he is. Why Janine? Maybe it's just because she's weak of mind. Maybe it's because DeCobb falls in love with her, and DeCobb is fated... Yeah, these are some pretty interesting spoilers. Yeah. I felt the dialogue in the scene would make the player think she was scared of the tall man, so I tried including dialogue to reflect this. Try talking to her on day 2. Will do. I'm sorry I couldn't be more help. Some of those spoilers are fine. Some of those are like, yeah, okay, we're not going into details on that. No, I want to look at the rest of the room, damn you! Ugh, okay, fine. Yo, girl, I heard you wanted some guns. You going akimbo? Do these even have ammo? Ah, excellent. Now we certainly have the upper hand. And the cultist is just through this door. All we have to do is secure him in the holding cell, then we can negotiate our release. Will Janine be joining us? No. She said she was too afraid. Afraid? Odd. Well, anyway, we'll both take a gun. Oh, no akimbo. Even a man with 2 limbs out of commission can fire a gun. Turn around slowly, Canning. No sudden movements. Canning is just Gary at Sprite, but shortened a little bit and with a different head. You may find that a lot of the characters I draw have long garments and make minimal arm movements when walking. This is because animation is boring. Hardy, so this is how your employment ends? With betrayal. Employment? Shut up! Wow, that's a lot of talking. Hardy was hired by the Order to clone Trilby because, like her ancestor, she has a very dodgy code of morals, pretty much. She, Channing, and Janine are all inconvenient people who cultists want destroyed. Together they also form a conscious body-mind-soul threesome that Chzo would probably appreciate. Then, of course, DeCobb appears and mucks the whole thing up. If there are any betrayal here, it was when you lunatics locked me up. We had no choice, Hardy. You refused to listen to reason. I said shut up! I'm taking you to the cell. Nem says, Doc, are you stupid? Pretty much. I hate the way Sam looks when she walks. With her unmoving upper body, it's like she's riding a unicycle or something. Oh dear. Stop right there. If you point your gun at me, I will fire. Of course, what with Trilby being popular, I had to quickly reintroduce him after killing him so people would know it wasn't permanent. Sam didn't seem to take the eventuality of another Trilby showing up into account, which is odd, as she of all people should know there are several Trilbys. She probably is just covering her arse or something. Damn you! You never understood, did you, Hardy? There's no point in resisting us. We have God on our side. What the hell is going on? Take them to the holding cell. I will die. Robbie McSomerset, as my forums come to identify him, is a fellow of curious motivation. I might have to skip this. He was created by himself as part of a hugely paradoxical time loop. No, because that's cool. He doesn't appear to have any human qualities or emotions at all. Everything he does is calculated to ensure the perpetuation of the time loop. It's only because his interest temporarily coincides with Decobb's, and incidentally Chzo's, that he seems to be helpful. I am the caretaker. I am the guide. They are only unconscious, and will awaken soon. Go to the sleeping quarters, and seal yourselves in. It is not wise to roam this place at night. But who are you? A friend. Now go. Some people didn't make the connection between... yeah. So who's the guy in red? They asked. Ended up looking like him, but that doesn't tell me anything. Idiots. Yeah. Sam, I'm sorry, Janine. They overpowered us. Janine's last name is Orzakowski. Her and Canning are the only major characters with no connection to a character in a previous game. Orzakowski was the name of someone I went to school with. I think it's Polish. Oh God, I can't take much more of this. When are they going to send help? I think I was the help. It seems they did. Him? Why don't you tell Janine the same things you told me, Mr. DeCobb? I am a council planning inspector. Someone tipped us off that the cult were building something. They sent me to see if that was true. So you see, Janine, your call was answered. You sent the tip? A council planning inspector. It's almost laughable. But now there's no way we're getting out of here. Yes, there is. We're going to overpower Canning and make him escort us out. Excuse me, you tried that and it didn't work. We'll just have to keep trying. Will you please listen? I beg your pardon. I fell down an elevator shaft this morning. I'm tired, I'm in pain, I don't know where I am. And all you've done is boss me around and evade my questions. Nem's like, you did this to me. I want to know who the hell you people are and what the hell is going on. The key word with DeCobb is everyman. My intention was to make him as average as possible so I'd provoke some emotional reaction when I ruin his shit. This, I felt, was the moment when the average person would get pissed off. I apologize, Mr. DeCobb, but there was no need to shout. Perhaps there is time to fill you in, now. I'm sorry. Where shall we start? The following conversation is another case of big, fat info dump. In my defense, it's partially optional. Once you're done talking about the cult, you're free to end it whenever you want. At least I can kind of control the flow of conversation here. I really... The one thing the two biggest complaints I have about the entire series as a whole is, one, the dialogue just moves. So it goes really fucking quick. If you're not paying the utmost attention, you'll miss it, and as I'm trying to read it, I'm slower. And two, there's a lot of moments where I wish there would be music when there isn't, and he has the music in the game, so it's not that he can't. Those are my two biggest complaints. Everything else that's not the greatest, it's part of the charm, you know? Anyways. What is this place? You're in a small laboratory complex under the ophthalmology building, which, as I have already said, is a front for the Order of Blessed Agonies. The complex is laid out around a huge, large circular chamber they call the Hub. They've definitely got something important in there. But neither of us have been inside. What is the Order of Blessed Agonies? They're an insane masochist cult who think pain is the answer to everything. And from what I've seen, they're very creative in the ways they inflict it upon each other. They worship some mad demon god called Chzo or something. I've never even heard of them. I'd heard of ophthalmology, what with all the celebrities that are members. Ophthalmology is just the moneymaker. It funds the true organization, the Order. They hide behind the acceptable front to keep themselves secret. Saying you want to hurt people to purify them causes a lot of concern for the authorities. So, where are all the cultists now? We don't know. They used to be all over the place. And they started drifting away soon after they finished construction of the facility. Canning and the Hat Man are the only ones left as far as we know. The Hat Man. It's like they intend to abandon this place with us inside, if they haven't already. Who are you? I'm Dr. Samantha Hardy. I'm a scientist. I'll tell you what kind, but I fear it would go over your head. My name's Janine Orzakowski. I'm a freelance journalist for a couple of magazines. Mainly celebrity gossip stuff. How did you get here? I was looking around the ophthalmology headquarters. I wanted to do a feature on them for the magazine, since so many celebrities have joined them. I was just having a little snoop about when I discovered this place. Then, of course, they threw me in the holding cell. Evil didn't a word. Sam was already there. I've been doing a little contract work for the Order, here in the labs. Turns out they really don't want anyone to know about the stuff they've been doing down here. What kind of stuff? I prefer not to say. She won't tell me either. So you don't want to betray client confidentiality. They threw you in a cell? That's not it. It's just that it was work I'm not proud of, which will probably reflect poorly on me once this is all over. I'd rather take steps to ensure it doesn't get out now rather than regret it later. Please don't press the matter. We escaped from the cell a few hours ago, then you dropped in. And that's as far as we know. That's as far as you go! Why are we being held here? Most likely to protect a secret. But if that was all, why haven't they just killed us? Maybe they need us for something. I don't like the sound of that. I think only the cultist can answer your question fully. Who is Canning? Is he the leader of the cult? God, no. Before the others evacuated, he answered to a guy named Garriott. And even he seemed to be the subordinate to someone they call the Prince. But I don't think I've ever seen him. Yes, you have. Canning is just some low-level acolyte ordered to make sure we don't escape. Personally, I think he's just as much a prisoner down here as we are. I think they wanted to get rid of him for some reason. But he's too dense to notice. He's still following orders like a faith-blinded sheep. Who's the man in the hat? I think he's just some mercenary hired to act as a security guard. You mean the guy dressed as Trilby? Who? You know, Trilby. The dashing gentleman thief. From those old horror movie serials. The Defoe Manor murders. Oh god, they turned him into movies. Hotel Murder, I think, was the other one. I don't watch many movies, I'm afraid. Why would a security guard be dressed up as a cult character? I can't explain it. It's just ridiculous. And they say Trilby may have really existed. I've read some newspapers from around the late 20th century, Nem says cosplay. How is that relevant? Never mind. Cosplay indeed. I mean, hell, if I was a security guard and my work let me dress up as, like, a Kamen Rider or something, I would do it. Kamen Rider security guard. Beat your ass, boy. Who is the man in red? I've never seen him before, not until just then. Who's this? A completely bald man in a torn red robe. He helped us get away from Canning and the guard. I've never seen anyone like that. Did he come in with you? No. There was just me falling down the elevator shaft. Okay, that's all. Good. So now what? Now we think of a way to... Oh. What? The door's been sealed with a time lock. We won't be able to open it until tomorrow morning. Who could have done that? Canning? I doubt it. And the man in red told us to not roam the hallway at night. Presumably, he has taken steps to ensure this. For crying out loud! I have to get home. I have to be back at work tomorrow. We are all inconvenienced, Mr. DeKalb. But whining like a child is not going to help. I know, it's just... I know. We should take the opportunity to rest. We can discuss our escape in the morning. One of the recurring problems in the series has been depicting believable transitions between days. In several cases, days seem to pass very quickly, and people tend to go to bed early for silly reasons. I made an effort to make the transition a bit more credible for 6 days, even if the device for keeping the prisoners in the room for the night seems contrived. Nem says, Common Writer Stoner. Hey. Day 2. July 25th. 28th is the important day. Theo has a cat to feed, exactly. Oh, cool. I wake up and everybody's already gone, but at least I can explore this place. There's a weird kind of locking mechanism on it I've never seen before. 2189. Oh, yes, Ned, you missed it. So, the game opened with showing 5 Days a Stranger. The end scene where you do the ritualistic purification exorcism thing of John Defoe. And then it showed from 7 Days a Skeptic, where you throw the idol into the ship's exhaust or whatever and destroy it. And to describe that as 196 years in the past, the body of the bridge was destroyed, and 196 years in the future, the soul was destroyed. And then now, like perfectly in the middle of those two, the mind shall be destroyed, or something like that. So this game is very specifically in the middle of 5 days and 7 days. Right in the damn middle, exactly. Almost like something's holding it shut from inside. Well, that's rude. Can you stop holding it shut? No? Okay. They don't appear to have been designed with comfort in mind. Yeah, they're cultists who like pain. That makes sense. Why would their beds be comfortable? I'm not sleepy enough? Yeah, you just woke up. What's this door? Is this a bathroom? I think this is a bathroom. The fuck? It is. Also, hi. Originally, one of the sad music tracks played at this point until the boy turns around. Atmospherically, though, that didn't work at all. Hello? Who are you? I think it's supposed to be John. I'm not going to hurt you. Is your mother around? Or your father? My God, your eyes! What happened to your eyes? It should go without saying that the child is John Defoe, looking how he did in the Trilby's Notes flashback. The sheer randomness of things going in this dream reflect how uncontrolled Defoe's mind has become now that it's separated from his soul. Head splode into welder mask. My head splode into welder mask. And then we wake up for realsies. In retrospect, I'm not sure how I like that sudden tone that heralds waking up. It seems cheap. Yeah, whatever. It was fine. Ah, good, you're up. We can discuss the plan. Plan? And the door has now been unlocked. Our next move will be to take Canning hostage. Again. Again? If at first you don't succeed. His door is being guarded by the Trilby Guard. It will be your task to distract him. Why me? Sam continues to be a huge bitch. I think I was trying to make her out as a no-nonsense sort with an eye permanently on the bigger picture. I was trying to make her out as the one who's in control, the leader, who understands what's going on more than anyone else, so I could kill her off meaningfully. Sounds about right. In 5 Days a Stranger, Philip Hardy dies because he can't act rationally. In 6 Days a Stranger, his descendant dies because she tries to act rationally in a very irrational world. The threat of physical violence must be made to get Canning under control. You, obviously, cannot make this threat, so it has to be me. All you have to do is lure the guard away from the main corridor, giving me the chance to slip in. Don't I still have a gun? How will you know when the coast is clear? Do you have a cell phone? Of course. Take my number. We can't reach the outside world, but we should be able to make calls within the complex. I'm pretty sure that's not how that would work, but... Call when you have achieved your objective, or if there are points you wish to discuss. Okay. I'll give you Janine's number, too. I'm sure you still have many questions for us both. Click on Phone in the top menu, or right-click the phone to call someone from your list of contacts. Phone system is included because all of the puzzles that involve talking to certain people after certain events, it's a measure against having to backtrack all the time. Oh, nice. No padding. I thought about giving Canning and Trilby phones too, but I couldn't really reconcile that contextually. Yeah. Alright, now can we deal with the locker? Doing the other thing, but I'll chime in when I can. Sounds good. Oh, it's a password lock. Only certain letters. I could try and brute force this. Oh. Try a few guesses here. Is there a T? No T. Okay. We won't worry about that for now then, though. We'll get the password when we need to. Add it to my journal. Twice did the 28th day of the 7th month pass, and the prince gazed with great concern upon the land of technology, as the carving of the slave passed through the hands of a great many ignorant men of technology, but the king would not let him take his vengeance. For he said, the guide seeks the carving of the slave, and it is through this desire he shall fulfill his destiny. It will not be long before the guide learns that his duty has not yet been completed, and then he shall do as I have foreseen. And as the king said it, so was it so, for the bridge-keeper did touch one of the ignorant men, and by their conjoined hands was the thief-wife thrown down, and truly did she know the name of the king. Is that supposed to be... what's her face from the first game? And with this act, the guide said, I see you know, Bridgekeeper. I have found you, and I have not forgotten. And he came to the tree that was the prince's soul, for it was here that the carving of the slave had been brought. Okay. I think we are free to actually enter this room for realsies this time. There's Janine. Sup, girl? I guess this is where people sit down to eat, talk about the sort of things cultists talk about. I'm in no mood to sit. I think it's a prayer cushion for kneeling. Can we take it? I want a cushion. Not sure I should be praying to anyone yet. No, just take the cushion, dog. 4 triangles forming a star contained in a circle. I saw this in Canning's office. Could it be the symbol of the order? It's just paint, at least I hope it is. Either it's locked or the door is stuck. Oh cool, we have no food. Certainly big enough to hold food for quite a few people. Looks like pages from some kind of holy book. Book of Prayers 2:7. The body is the physical form. It is the sum of what time has made it to be, and so it is of the past. The mind is sharp and logical. It concerns itself with the here and now, and so it is of the present. The soul is love and hope. It is the dreams of what is to come, and so it is of the future. Body, mind, soul, past, present, future. We give thanks for them, all in the name of the King. Hey, a microwave. So the cultists actually eat. That's actually reassuring. I don't have anything to cook. Pretty sure it's Janine Orzakowski, the magazine journalist. Janine? Yes? Oh shit, nice. Have you seen Sam? I think she's in the sleeping quarters. I had such a horrible nightmare. Better get used to it. There's something about this place. Something in the air, maybe? But I haven't slept well since day one. There was this little kid and a welding mask. Welding mask? I've had dreams about those too. How can we both be dreaming about welding masks? Psychic powers? Be serious. My granny always used to say I was a little bit sensitive. Sure. Tell me about Trilby. The character? Well, he was the main character in a bunch of horror movie serials, which was based on a series of novels from the early 21st century. But someone sent me some rare old newspapers, and they suggest Trilby was a real person. Really? He was a cat burglar, the original master thief. Finally arrested around the mid-1990s. The story goes that he joined some secret government agency, and they encouraged the novelist to fictionalize Trilby so that people would eventually forget he was ever real. And I'll tell you something else. There was a photograph in the newspaper. That guy out there, Canning's guard, looks exactly like the real Trilby. You think he could be the same guy? Of course not. He'd be over 200 years old by now. But the resemblance is really creepy. What do you make of Dr. Hardy? I probably don't know much more than you do. She was already in the cell when they threw me in here. And yes, I've asked her many times what kind of work she was doing for the cult. And no, she wouldn't tell me either. If you want to find out more, you'll have to get it from the horse's mouth. Do you think it's alright to trust her? She'll get no more love for the cult. She's got no more love for the cult than us. I mean, if she is secretly still working for them, she's one of the most convincing actresses in the world. So you were the one who sent the tip. Yeah. A week ago when I found this place, I sent the tip straight to the police. Minutes later, they caught me and threw me in the cell. I was expecting them to send a SWAT team or something. No offense. Real life doesn't work out like that. They can't send in the guys and the guns just because an anonymous person says there's an unregistered basement extension. Sending a building inspector was pretty much all that could have been done legally. I guess you can blame me for getting you in this mess, huh? Nem's like, yes! I'm really sorry. You weren't the one who pushed me down an elevator shaft. Will you be helping us take Canning hostage? I'm sorry, I can't. I don't think I could face him. I can't even bear being in the same room. Why? I don't know. It's like the fear comes out of nowhere. Like a punch in the stomach. Ned says should have registered the basement pretty much. Who are you so afraid of, Janine? Him! The one who's out there. I don't want to talk about it. You've said his name several times now. You can just say his fucking name, please. What do you think we should do now? I'm not sure. Maybe you should ask Sam. That's all I wanted. Okay. And now we get to go exhaust more dialogue options with Sam, and then we can leave. Dr. Hardy? Yes, Mr. DeKalb, go ahead. Where's Janine? I believe she went into the kitchen. I'm worried about Janine. Why? She said she was too afraid to come out and help us. I agree, it's strange. She seemed to have rather indomitable spunk when we were in the cell. All I can think of is that this place is starting to get to her. Isolation and imprisonment can do strange things to a person. I think I understand. Who do you think the man in red is? I honestly have no idea. Until his intervention yesterday, I had never seen him before. He seems to be on our side, don't you think? So it appeared. But I'd consider it unwise to trust him implicitly. Perhaps his interests only temporarily coincide with ours. What kind of work were you doing for the Order? I told you I'm not prepared to reveal that. I doubt I will change my mind anytime soon. At least tell me what kind of scientist you are. I told you it would probably go over your head. Try me. Okay, I'm a biochemist. I was recruited straight out of university by a medical research company. But I was let go after a couple of years. Why? A difference of opinion. I believe a scientist has to be morally flexible in the name of progress. The company ethics committee didn't agree. Please don't ask me to give any further details. Why are you being so secretive? Why, we might not even get out of this situation alive. Then I guess I'm more of an optimist than you. Yeah, I was also thrown down a fucking elevator shaft. Personally, I'm in no hurry to die or to take part in whatever the Order have planned for us. And when I escape, I'd rather the specter of this place did not follow me. Tell me about the extent of my injuries. Your neck broke on impact. If I hadn't gotten you into a brace before you regained consciousness, and if you had tried to move, you would be dead. You landed on your left side, so your left elbow and humerus are shattered, as is your left kneecap. Oh God. There's also a hairline fracture in your skull. No more, please. I get the picture. Hey, you asked. I got the guard away from the door. You're sure? Excellent. Meet me outside the office door. Yeah. What are you playing at, DeKalb? He's still there. We must find a way to remove him on a more permanent basis. Yeah, I had to. It was there. So here's something I'm supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be getting the Trilby guard away from Canning's office door. And preferably out of the main corridor altogether. Alright. Let's actually get to things. Oh, we should save too. Hobble, hobble, hobble. Save. Boop. Oh Lord, he coming! Is he following us in? I don't think he's following us in. Oh Lord, he coming! Alright, we're gonna wrap around here. Whee! Hey, the nice thing about his walk speed is it gives me a good time to have a puff if I need to. Won't open, must be security lock. Oh yeah, that's the lab. We still can't go in there. This one is security. I don't think there's anything new we can do here. Man can't outspeed walk a guy with a broken leg, right? And then, like, why doesn't he follow us in? He sees me enter a clearly one-way room. Like, there is no other exit. And he's like, oh, shit! My orders were not to leave this hallway! Guess I can't do anything, guys! Trilby clones are dumb. Oh. Hello? Oh god, it's some kind of ancient skeleton dressed in the remnants of an anorak. There's a huge hole in the back of the skull too. What the fuck? I couldn't bring myself to touch it. Don't be a spaz. It won't reply. Come on, are you serious? Disturbance. Some kind of manifestation hovering above the ground. It looks so strange to my eyes, like a black hole in the air itself. It won't reply. Will you touch it? I don't think I could touch it. I don't think it's really there. Okay. That's a thing. Alright, we're gonna pop a save real quick. And then... got you! Get in! I think I had to get caught, maybe? We'll see about your friends soon enough. Okay, is there anything in here? What's up, bro? You again. Destiny calls. What the hell? Oh. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. Alright, well, I'm gonna check the guide. Okay. I think I know what we're doing here. Bum, bum, bum. The whole Trilby chase sequence is kind of retarded, the way he just wordlessly comes at you and doesn't even follow you into adjoining rooms. Frankly, I just don't want to get bogged down in AI coding. Actually, it's kind of neat how it implies that a Trilby clone is kind of spaced out. Also, he's just like walking into us there, which is definitely neat. Wait! What the hell is that? The Tall Man theme is, by my request, a short, punchier version of the entirely random Dark World theme from Notes. The implication intended is that the Tall Man carries the Dark World around with him, pretty much. The hotel. Oh god, let me out! Oh yeah, I forgot. That rotting corpse in the corner is Linkman from Notes. Examining him reveals a hole in the back of his head, reflecting the ending of that game. Oh shit, it is! The coat's the same, too. I forgot about him. This disemboweling animation coming up is pretty good. I put a lot more effort than usual into character animations for 6 days. Make sure to watch. Yeah, that was actually pretty decent. Can we go back in there? Huh. And Linkman's body's gone. It's a massive splatter of blood left behind, no doubt, when the guard was torn up by that tall man. Oh, hey, can we look at doors again? Tall man ain't up for Trilby. What the hell was that? You'd probably have... God, stop saying retarded, Yahtzee. You'd probably have to be retarded not to spot this, and I feel retarded having to point it out to you. But as more Trilbys are killed and John Defoe's influence seeps into the rest of the base, the main corridor slowly turns into the Defoe Manor basement. It does. Keep an eye out for that. Level of transformation reflects Defoe's level of restraint. By the end, that level is not very much at all. Okay, we're going to pop a savey poo. And, oh hey look, father. Yeah, indeed. Phone. Who should I call? My office. Phone. The police. Nothing but static, bro. Static shock. Samantha Harding. I saw the man. I saw some kind of monster. Calm down. What did you see? He was like a man, but so tall and thin, like a stick man. His face was just white, and there was blood everywhere. Pull yourself together, Mr. DeKalb. But the monster. Whatever you think you saw, it's gone now. You're safe. I wish I could believe you. I saw the man in red again. He released me from the holding cell. So he knows about the Order's security codes? No, I think he teleported me. That's absurd. I swear! There was a flash, and the next thing I knew, I was in the medical storage room. But if he can teleport people at will, why does he not teleport us out of the complex altogether? If what you say is true, it raises many unsettling questions. I fear this man has his own agenda, and probably not a benevolent one. But he set me free. Alright, guards away from the door. You're sure? Excellent. She coming? She is coming. Hi! So Sam says Theo has to distract Trilby so that she can go in and threaten Canning, but then she waits for Theo to come with her too. So there's no reason why she couldn't have done both, and she's being a huge bitch again. Before we go in there, though, I want to call Janine, because we've got some new dialogue options with her, too. I think I saw the man you're so scared of. Well, yeah, I'm pretty sure you have. What do you mean? I know you probably wonder what scares me about him. But I'm telling you, he just fills me with panic. No, I don't wonder. I don't. Really? I swear. Yeah, she's referring to Trilby for spoiler reasons that Yahtzee mentioned. But we're led to believe that, she's referring to the giant fucking demon dude. Alright, let's do this. Sam will have to take Canning prisoner. I'm too smashed up. Yes. Oh, fuck. I guess we gotta talk to her. Ready? As I'll ever be. Let's do this, then. Dr. Hardy? Yes. The guard's dead. He's dead because of me. You killed him? I led him to a monster. It tore him to shreds. It couldn't have been helped. A man died because of my actions. You must not agonize over every little thing. If you did, you'd go insane. You call it little? No, of course not. We're wasting time. Come on. Samantha Hardy gives 0 shits. This exchange is intended to show that Sam is not bothered in the slightest by Trilby being killed. It broadcasts widely that Sam knows something about Trilby that we don't, and had something to do with his seeming invincibility. Again, Dr. Hardy? Aren't you tired of this yet? Your pet guard won't be able to help you this time, Canning. My pet? I would say he is as much as yours as mine, wouldn't you? Here, of course, we whack it over the player's head that Sam has something to do with the Trilbys. He's trying to hold on to the clone revelation for as long as possible and leak out as little little trickles of clues to help the player figure it out. Yeah, but we play with spoilers, baby! Shut up! Has she told you about the work she was doing for us, sir? I said shut up! Get moving. And no funny business or you get a bullet in the leg to help you along. Go on, in. Okay, Canning. You're completely at our mercy, and you're going to tell us exactly what we want to know, understand? First and foremost, how do we call the elevator? You don't. The one in the main corridor can only be called from an upper floor by a high-ranking acolyte. Looks like we'll have to get used to each other, my dear. There's got to be another way up. Oh, there is. It's in the hub. But you'll never get past the security locks to open the blast doors. Channing's telling big fat porkies and no one picks up on it. Of course there's no elevator in the hub. There's nothing in there but horrors. Might skip some of these. Someone could have at least tried to open the real elevator doors and see if there's a ladder up the shaft. Sam likes to think of herself as smart and cunning, but she has all the rash impulsiveness and tendencies to act without thought as the rest of the Hardy clan. Elevator monster indeed, Ned. We will, because you're going to tell us how. Oh, this is laughable. You're trying so hard to do it like they do in the action movies, aren't you? What are you trying to do? Torture me? You really think I, an acolyte of the Order of Blessed Agonies, would be scared of pain? I've done to myself far worse things than you could dream up. Ouch. A lot of the game could have probably used some editing. Those last two lines might not have been necessary at all. Oh, hush yachts. So now what? Now we have to open the hub security door. I'm sure we'll figure something out. No, we're going to pamper you. Lol. Feel free to question the prisoner. I'm sure you could benefit from his knowledge. You don't trust her. She saved my life. And yet, you don't trust her. You wonder what it is she's hiding, do you not? Quiet. You understand so little. Canning seems to be channeling Hannibal Lecter from now on, trapped in the cell, but still manipulating people into wasting their time. Joke's on him, of course, as some of the notes in the game indicate. Canning is being left to die by the Order for being inconveniently inept. Lol. And the music just goes. Do you know who the man in red is? Who? A completely bald man in a red robe. Kind of like your red robes, but all torn up. Is he one of your people? I'm afraid I have no idea who you're talking about. All the acolytes of Chzo take very good care of their robes. Who is the tall man in black? The one with the white mask. Ha ha, I see you've met the prince. You should consider yourself lucky. That thing is the prince? What the hell is he? I'm not inclined to spilling the secrets of the Order to an outsider. Even if I were, very few acolytes are privy to the secrets known by the prince. And even the highest-ranking members know only slightly more than I. Why are we being held here? Surely that should be obvious. You are held here to protect the secret that this complex exists. Then why didn't you just kill us? I would have done had I received the order, but I did not. Then what do you want from us? My superiors know. In time, they will let me know, too. Yeah, right. What work was Dr. Hardy doing for you? Why don't you ask her? She won't tell me. And you think I would? Oh no, young man. This is something you have to see for yourself. I'd hate to spoil the surprise. So what's the deal with this cult? The deal? The deal is that the order of blessed agonies has existed for centuries. We believe in the true way to purification. Purification through suffering. We practice the blessed agonies of the mind, body, and soul to wash ourselves of sin. And one day what? Nothing. You've got some big agenda, haven't you? That's what this is all about. You gonna take over the world? Like some Saturday morning cartoon villain? I said nothing. Tell me about these blessed agonies. Why? I'm thinking of applying. Just tell me. I don't see why not. For an individual to be fully purified, all three aspects of themselves must experience blessed agony. That agony of the body, physical pain, beating, burning, and cutting. The agonies of the mind, boredom, fear, and insanity. And the agony of the soul, which is more refined. It's about destroying something or someone the subject loves utterly, relies upon emotionally. And you do all this to yourself again and again. The agony of the soul can only be experienced once. But apart from that, you are correct. This is insane. To you, maybe. But do you know the same peace as I? The same utter contentment that comes with the knowledge that you are of absolute purity? I don't want to talk about this anymore. Looks like you failed, old man. We're loose and you're locked up. I wouldn't count your chickens if I were you. And there are many more to take my place. Can't you see that your order has abandoned you? This complex is completely evacuated. And the building on the surface is, too. Rubbish. The facility was too expensive to simply abandon as soon as work was complete. My brethren will return. I hate to break it to you, but your guard's dead. Really? Doesn't that bother you? Should it? Do you even understand the situation? Of course. I don't think you do, though. Why? If you did, you'd know that my guard's condition may not be as permanent as you believe. I've got nothing more to say right now. Yeah, we're done. Bye, Canning! We're also gonna save really quick. Hey now, no, hey now. Stop doing things, thank you. No, can we please do this thing, at least? Thank you. Alright, we've got mostly for rain. Can we go into the office now? Finally. Hey, look, there's a camera. Looks like whoever ran this place didn't entirely trust whoever used this office. Can't reach it. Not sure how to implement that. Give me those documents, bitch. This paper looks interesting. I'll add it to my journal. We live in the universe of technology, or the scientific realm, where magic is very sparse. Our shadow is the universe of magic, or ethereal realm, where magic and magical creatures are abundant. In olden times, it was easier for entities to travel between these realms, hence the old stories of fantastic creatures. The druid Kabadath, circa 55 BC, created a bridging portal quite easily, using a comparatively simple ritual. Since then, however, the background level of magic in the scientific realm has faded, and a ritual much larger in scope is required to transport any entity from one realm to the other. The ritual calls for the creation and sacrifice of a bridge, a living creature with ties to both realms, usually an entity born in the scientific realm, but later having their aspects imbued with magic. When all three of the bridge's aspects, body, mind, and soul, are annihilated in conjunction, echoes of weakness ripple through the membrane between the realms and a portal can be opened. Exactly how long the portal remains open depends on the puissance of the guide. I'm sorry, the what? Puiss Quiescence. A competitive test of a horse's ability to jump large obstacles in show jumping. Archaic literary. Great power, influence, or prowess. It must be great power, influence, or prowess. Because what context was it used in? Can I read the book, please? Oh, here we go. Exactly how long the portal remains open depends on the great power, influence, or prowess of the bridge. Yeah, okay, that tracks. That tracks. Notepad. What do we got? Got no use for a blank notepad? Not with that attitude. The top pages are torn off, but judging by the indentation, someone wrote down a series of numbers I can't quite make out. Oh, well then you're going to trace over it, dumbass. Is that what the papers are for? Oh. It had a staple in it, and that's what we're taking out of them. Computer? Looks like Canning left some kind of environmental control program open. Yes, the first option on this menu is the only one that does anything at all. I hate all the computers and games that only have one obscure function, so I made it look like there was more going on. But it's all an illusion. Woo! Reset thermostat. Thermostat has been reset! Hell yeah. Wish we could do that here. Cycle ventilators. Do it. Done. Level 3 security. Functions not available. Pfft. Fine. I'll settle for level 2 security. Ugh. Terrible. Alright. Level 1 it is. And anything in the desk? Nope. That notepad will be relevant later, but apparently not right now. So level 1 security has been released. What does that do for us? Oh, do we have anything new to talk to Canning about now that we've raided his office? No. Alright, keep going. What's this? Oh, this is the beds again. Oh, hey, Hardy. Let's see if Janine has anything new to say. Nope. What about Samantha? How's it going with the security door? Not wonderfully. As far as I can see, there are 2 security panels that must both be deactivated. One calls for a keycard, the other for a numerical passcode. After that, I think the two unlocking mechanisms will be revealed, both of which will need to be activated simultaneously. What do you think? In the absence of the keycard and passcode, I may be able to force my way through, given the right tools. Then again, maybe we could find the keycard and passcode lying around the complex. I'm just considering options right now. Alright. So, we need to see if we can find a keycard and a passcode. The laboratory door should be unlocked. That's probably what that level 1 security did. This one. What? I released it, though. My guy. Okay, well, what's in here? The security console now unlocked? Find myself using straightforward inventory puzzles less and less in my games because they're just too common in adventures. Hence most of the game being about dialogue puzzles and clever use of movement and resources. In this game, it's a variant of the blindly select options from computer screen puzzle as seen at the end of Full Throttle. I was originally going to make this a text interface like in 7 days, but then I remembered I couldn't be arsed. Change camera. Camera 1. Looks like part of a corridor, but not the one outside. It must be another part of the complex I don't have access to. Camera 2. I think it's a barracks or some kind of storage facility. Change camera. Camera 3. Large glass tube standing in a row against a wall. I can't make heads or tail of it. Camera 4. That's Canning's office. I recognize the layout of things on his desk. And camera 5 is restricted, which we need a passcode for. And that we do not have. Touchscreen. Current input. Don't know what that did. Review input. Oh! We can see things happening in the past. Okay. This must be old footage that shows Canning working at his desk. There's something written on the notepad on the corner of the desk, but I can't quite make it out. Okay, I think that's something that we have to go back and deal with. Is this the same thing? Yep. It's camera 3. Nothing new there. Camera 2. No, camera. Damn it. Camera 2. Nothing new. Camera 1. It's probably just the camera 4 there. I don't even really know what that got us. I mean, he already said he thought he could see numbers written on the thing before. Hey now. Stop doing thing, Theo. Review. No, okay. Yeah. Okay, so that's that. Oh, and then download current image. Okay, so we're going to want to go back to 4. Back to review, and then download current image. Cool. What did that really do for us? Going back to the office? I think so. Now, can we do the notepad? Okay, I'm going to check the guide. Oh, okay, that's the thing. Oh, I'm stupid. Okay, well. A few things we can do. First, which one are we the closest to? We'll do this one. I should keep trying to guess the lock, because it's actually not all that hard. It's literally open. Boom. Also, no indicator that we unlocked it there. That's kind of unnerving. Yeah, what's inside? We got clothes. I guess here the civilian clothes belong to one of the cultists. We couldn't take them, but there is a key card. It's an object like a cash card with a magnetic strip. Cool. So that's one thing. Then we're going to go all the way back. forgot we had a certain item in our inventory. Okay, we want to go back to 4. Back to review, and then we're going to use our lens. That's it. I can make out the numbers on the notepad. 7759. Maybe this is the passcode for the blast door. Actually, what if it's for this? Nope. Pretty sure the guide says we do just want to go. Yeah. Okay. We do not access camera 5 yet. Seven, 759. And keycard. Excellent work, Mr. Decob. I wouldn't have thought a bureaucrat would have such a head on his shoulders. I hope that was a compliment. Now, I think we need to turn both wheels simultaneously. Can you manage? It's no use. I'd need both hands free. I see. Then we're going to need another pair of hands. Leave it to me, I guess. I think this is the only place where being heavily injured becomes a gameplay issue, unless you count walking slower, which Nem does. There are probably other cases where Decob does things he probably shouldn't technically be able to, like Rumpy Pumpy, but I'm in no mood to go root them all out. Rumpy Pumpy. Okay, we're gonna give Janine a call. What's up, girl? We need your help to open the hub. Oh, I don't think I could. You have to, Janine. You're the only one who can help. We'll just get it open, then we can get out. I know, but what if I run into him? Look, there's no one else around. Canning is in the cell. His guard is dead. Dead? Aside from us 3, nothing else is moving, I'm certain. Come on now, this is our ticket out. Okay, I'll be there soon. There are a couple of points in the game where Janine does a complete 180 and mysteriously changes her mind. This is to reflect her state of mental flux as her own personality battles to push away John Defoe's controlling influence. The preceding exchange was really meant to hint who Janine is really afraid of. She only agrees to leave the quarters after it is revealed that Trilby is dead. Ready? Let's get the hell out of here. 3, 2, 1, go. Blast doors open, baby. That sound was the same sound from Half-Life 1 I ripped off for the reactor room in 7 Days of Sacrifice, or Skeptic, but messed around with in Goldwave somewhat. It'll show up again later when you're in the locker. Doesn't look like an elevator to me. I don't see anything. Wait here. I'll check it out. Ooh, that was her good disappearing into the darkness. Do you trust her? Do you? I would if she gave me any reason to. I know what you mean. But right now she seems like our best hope of getting out of here. Even so, there's got to be a reason why she doesn't want us to know about her work. And I'm not sure we should trust her to go in there alone. Hey, after you, man. Yeah, he goes. Dr. Hardy? Yeah, she dead. Making blood stream down from an open jugular vein is something that deserves a little research. How much blood comes out of a jugular vein? I asked. A whole bunch, came the answer. So I passed this knowledge on to the gaming public. P.S. Who do you think slit her throat? Safe bet, John Defoe, but things are rarely so clear-cut in this game. Yeah, anyway, she dead. Bye, Sam! Miss you! Similarly, the scene is very similar, stylistically, to a scene in Silent Hill 3 right after the main character's dad dies. References, "'Tis but a flesh wound." Shit. In that, it depicts a man and woman talking while standing over a corpse on a bed covered in a white sheet with a little bit of blood soaking through. Aren't you going to say something? I can't think of anything. I can. We're going to die down here. Don't say that. We're not going to die. If we can get back into the hub... You don't get it. He won't. He won't let us out. He won't let me out. You have to stop him. What are you talking about? I see you. I see what you are. You're the one who did this to me. I didn't do anything to you. Why won't you stop him? How many times do you have to kill him? Smartasses on the forum have already called this. Yes, this is John Defoe speaking of Trilby, and he's addressing the tall man. Reference says, I'll say something, at least it wasn't me. Some people seem to think that the tall man was somehow protective of Defoe, and they had a sort of twisted father and son relationship. I never saw it myself. The tall man's only concern is devotion to his master. To him, Defoe was never anything more than a means to an end. And I very much doubt Defoe's feelings for the tall man are sweetness and light either. Janine, you're not making any sense. You're mistaking me for someone else. Mr. DeKalb? Yes! I'm sorry, Leave me alone! Janine! I wouldn't go out there if I were you. Night has fallen. The prince is on patrol. What about Janine? She's in no danger. At least, not from him. Remain here until morning. Tell me who you are. Are you with the cult? My identity is meaningless. I am just an avatar, and I have no allegiances. If you're not with the cult, help us get out of here. It'll go badly for you if you don't. There's going to be some serious police action after this, I promise you. On balance, I guess the average person wouldn't yet have completely resigned themselves to a world of magic and horrors. Meaningless friend of no allegiance, Ned says. Give or take a few inexplicable teleports and demonic gentlemen, DeKalb, we see is still clinging to the idea of escape for now. I cannot do that. Why not? Because that is not how it goes. Oh, give me strength. You seem very confident that you will escape from this place. Of course I am. Why? Because if I wasn't, I'd go insane. Why resist? Screw you. Whoever you are. We back in control, we back in control. We didn't transition to night 3. Yeah, you know what? Screw him. We're going out the door. What's happening? It's implied at various points that there are many trilbies concealed throughout the complex infrastructure. During the night, Tallman goes on trilby hunts, which causes the level of Defoe contamination to fluctuate wildly. Hence the background effects during these scenes. Janine, can you hear me? Who the hell do you think you are? Oh God, stop this! Stop what? You're the one pretending to be me. For obvious reasons, it's implied at many points, especially here, that DeKalb's destiny is in some way linked to the tall man, just as Janine's is to John Defoe. Note that Theo DeKalb is very nearly an anagram of Cabadath. Also notice that even after transforming, the Theo Tallman still has his arm up against his chest, as it did while it was bandaged up. Kinda looks like strangling gives the tall man heartburn. Sleep. The man in red teleporting people is a little incongruous. His powers are supposed to be all about time manipulation, not physical changes. Personally, I think when DeKalb is in trouble, he steps in and shifts around previous events, diverting the timeline down another quantum path where things happen differently. Or maybe he just uses a Star Trek teleporter he nicked from the future. I don't know. Day 3, baby! We slept beside a corpse all night. What is this, Doki Doki? July 26th. Ugh, my head. I don't remember falling asleep. I've got to find out what's in the hub before anyone tries to go inside it again. It is kind of illogical that DeKalb suddenly wants to go back in there again, as Janine expresses if you try to talk to her about it. But this is where Defoe's influence has reached the point that he can bewitch people into coming to him, like he did to Adam and William in 7 Days. Alright, before we go anywhere, we're going to give... It says here Samantha's phone is still switched on. I'm almost certain we turned it off before something. People ask me who the mystery voice is on the phone, who knows a passcode. This is one of the things steeped in ambiguity that aren't very important. Choose whichever one you like from the following. Chzo, John Defoe, the Man in Red, one of DeKalb's multiple personalities, our Lord Jesus Christ, David Hasselhoff, me, Elvis, or Samantha's ghost having been killed and empowered by Freehorn's blade. Who should I call? Well, obviously after that, Samantha. CD. CD's nuts. 2, 7, 4, 1. 2741, baby! What? I can't. They hung up. I didn't know who you were, Dr. Hardy, or what you were hiding from me, and I know you didn't deserve this. And as soon as we get out of here, I'll make sure you're buried properly. That was 2741. It won't reply. What? Did you notice any changes in the main corridor? No, I didn't. Honestly, yes. You don't see it transforming? Becoming some kind of dungeon? Brick walls, blood everywhere, dirt floor? Well, what are you talking about? Isn't it always like that? Huh. I need you to get the hub open again. That's your strategy? It's our only way out. The reason behind this whole mess, it's in the hub. I can feel it. It's like I'm being drawn to it. Sam was murdered when she went in there. I know. All the more reason to see what's important enough to kill for. You're insane, and you're on your own. Don't we have a gun? What happened to our gun? Or Sam's gun, for that matter? What if I found out for certain what's inside the hub? Would you help me get inside? If it was safe. It'd have to be really, really safe. Like a petting zoo or equivalent. And you'd still be going in on your own. Fine. Where are you? I'm in the sleeping quarters. And don't tell me to come out. I don't understand anything that's happening. I don't even remember how I got here. Are you alright? Yes. No. No, I'm not alright. Sam is dead. I know, but Sam is dead and I think I'm going mad. Why do you say that? I remember Sam dying. I remember taking her to the medical bay. But then everything goes blank. Trilby petting Zoo. I'm scared. Something happened to you last night. You were there? What did I do? You were acting odd. Like you were someone else. Hey, Ghost. And you were talking to me like I was someone else. Oh, God. I remember talking to you. But it wasn't me. It was like looking through the eye holes of a mask. And I knew that the thing I was. It makes me feel so sick. Will you come out? No, I don't want to. Please, Janine. There's something out there. It's going to kill us both. You'll never escape from the complex. I don't care. I'd rather starve in here than die like Sam did. Why can't you leave me alone? Talk to you later. Alright, now we're back to actually doing shit. Oh, hi, Trilby. Who are you? Could you tell me where I am? You're dead! I saw you die! Dead? Yes, I remember being dead. Clones of Trilby having the memories of the other Trilby sparked a bit of a debate. Some say it's dumb and impossible, some invoke the specter of genetic memory. I would remind those people that you shouldn't try to work science in a game about immortal sorcerers from other dimensions ruining each other's shit. But I don't remember you. Your guts were torn out. The blood's still on the floor. Honestly? Huh. Perhaps it's best that I don't remember. So where am I? This is impossible. Are you going to answer my questions anytime soon? The Trilby clone seems less spaced out and less hostile than the previous ones. He's a lot more like the Trilby we know and love. This is because he's newborn, and the cultists haven't had the chance to brainwash him, like they did with all the others. We're in control, okay. We're gonna talk to good old Trilbster. Yes? You don't remember working for the Order. Order? The Order of Blessed Agonies? Agonies. I remember something. I get a name. John Defoe. He's important in some way. In fact, I think I spent many years researching him. I've never heard that name before. You don't remember why you were working for the Order? I'm afraid not. So what do you remember? Not much. A few flashes now and then, images and sounds, no dates or details attached. I remember John Defoe, as I said. And from that name, a few other memories return. Standing on a hill, watching something burning in the distance. My hands covered in blood. Hey, Ghost, thanks for the 2 gift subs. And then a place that was 2 places at once. I'm lying on something hard, my stomach really hurts, and someone is talking to me. But it's mostly a fog up until the moment I woke up here. Yeah, sorry, I couldn't quite react immediately there, but... Oh, and it says Sierra Ghost is paying forward the gift they got from Drac. Oh yeah, because yours was a gift sub too. Well, it's interesting that it mentions that. But yes, thank you for the 2 gift subs. Congrats, Ned and Pooh. Enjoy. So you woke up here. Well, not right here. I just felt myself gravitate to this spot. Like something important happened here. Yes! This is where you were killed. So you said, yes. I suppose that would explain it. Who are you? My name is Trilby. That much I know. Even that sole fact isn't sufficient, though. I get the feeling I have, or had, other names in the past. Trilby the cat burglar. Cat burglar. Yes, that was one of my names. Ghost says I missed 1.5 hours of stream. 2 hours, actually. Don't worry, though. You missed, some pretty neat and interesting events, but also mostly just a lot of exposition. You came in time to see all the really cool shit of this game. It gets wild at the end. You can't possibly be Trilby. Nevertheless, I'm certain that Trilby is my name. But Trilby died hundreds of years ago. And I already told you. I remember that I was dead. So your statement only further reinforces my claim. This doesn't make any sense. And yet, here we are. No, shit. No. He's like, oh, I'm not done talking to you. How'd you come back to life? I don't know yet. So you do know that resurrection is completely impossible, right? Whoever says I was dead, but I got better. I thought I knew it. Recent events are forcing me to reassess this, however. All I know is that I was dead, and now I'm alive again. Refusing to believe this will not answer my questions. Maybe you should look around where you woke up. What was your name again? DeKalb. Theodore DeKalb. You've been a great help, Mr. DeKalb. Excuse me, won't you? Bye, Chubby, we love you! Big sexy hot man, get back here! Alright. Oh, hey, look, 287 is the thing. Oh, yeah, what was the other password? 1749, I want to say? No, that doesn't seem quite right. We might have to call the number again. Oh, the plaques beside the doors are disappearing. That's annoying. That's the office. We're done in here. Which would make this where Canning is. Hi. Back again. Your guard seems to be alive again. So you think he rose from the grave? I don't know what to think. Thinking is something you need to do more of, boy. He doesn't remember working for you. Of course not. He never does. Were I not trapped in here, I would have been able to give him his usual instructions. How many times have you had to do that? Your questions bore me. Come back if you ever figure anything out. Dr. Hardy's dead. Reap what he sow. Doesn't that bother you in the slightest? You and your whole insane order are accessories to murder. Once we get out of here, you're going to do a lot of time for this. Your words are like the warbles of a sparrow. The Order of Blessed Agonies fears no mortal agency. We are under divine protection. What do you mean, protection? We are under the guiding hand of God, the King, Chzo, and when he enters this world... I don't even know why I'm talking to you. You're just a brainwashed lunatic. Your words are sounding hollow even to you, are they not? Tell me what Dr. Hardy was doing here. You mean you still haven't figured it out? I'd be disappointed if I felt even a shred of respect for you. Just tell me. We were allowing her to fulfill her chosen role. In this case, the field of biochemistry. Who can ask for anything more? I'm prepared to negotiate your release. How utterly tiresome. Just answer my questions. Without deviating from the subject, without personal attacks or evasion or dogma, and promise to cooperate with us. Freedom is too small a reward for such betrayal. You are just a wretched man. You can barely stand on your own legs. I have the ear of the king. What is in the hub? Very little. Very little of anything corporeal, anyway. What does that mean? It means that most standard scientific tests would indicate that the hub is largely empty. And what is in there has absolutely no purpose. But we, the followers of the true way, know different. This isn't helping at all. I didn't intend it to. What is the purpose of this facility? Now, you know I'm not going to answer that. No, and I know why. It's because you don't know, do you? You're just as much a patsy in this as we are. Now you're just wasting breath. So why have the Order abandoned you down here? My brethren have given me this responsibility as a gesture of recognition and respect. Something you, of course, would know nothing about. Why is the main corridor changing? In what way is it changing? You know, it's turning into some kind of dungeon, I suppose. Filthy walls and floor, blood splatters everywhere. Now, how could I know that? I've been stuck in here this whole time. So you say it changes before your very eyes? Are you hearing voices, too? Forget it. Shut up now. Yeah, okay, that's all we have from him. Can we look at the door? Yeah, no door gag. Door won't open. Janine must have locked herself in. Okay. So yeah, Janine can only be reached by the telly. Father? This is the medical room. That's the medical storage where we met the Trilpster. That says 287. Does that give us camera 5? 287. Apparently not. Oh yes, but then we also have 2741. 2741. Hey, that did something. What are we looking at, baby? Some kind of wide circular chamber viewed from above. This must be the hub. Strange. From the looks of it, there's nothing in it but the remains of some old ruined building. Screen has no controls. Oh, hey now. Review input. Goes static, but the description is the same. Okay, I want just current input. You know, back to 5, non-staticky, please. 2 7. Oh, wow. 2 7. Okay, I just failed. You can do this, baby. Come on. 2741. There we go. And then we want to download this image. There. I'm pretty sure that's the proof that Janine needs that the hub is pretty safe. I think we just want to text it to her. But now we get to go into this room. Cloning lab looks kind of sparse because I don't really know any kind of components and machinery go into cloning labs. I mean, fair. In the end, I figured, hey, it's the future. Things are compact. Most things are wireless. So all there is the birthing cylinders, a refrigeration unit, and a computer to work all the functions. Also, that door on the left should probably be open since it's open on the other side, but what if there's an antechamber in between? The hat on the far right of the room is meant to hint that there's more than one Trilby, since it won't be expressly stated until the talk with Canning. It's also meant to infer that the trunk on which it sits is full of Trilby outfits for the newborn naked clones to put on when they get out of the tank. Interesting. Computer? Most of the hard drive is scrubbed, only one file left. I'll add it to my journal. The Clanbronwyn Hotel incident took the soul of the Bridgekeeper from us and delayed the coming of the king for hundreds of years, but at the same time it brought the prince to us with the solution already in hand. The prophecy in the books of Chzo demands that the guide assist the creation of the bridge. Obviously, he could not do that if he was long since dead of old age. But the sample of his blood provided by the prince was enough to ensure that the guide would exist for more than long enough to fulfill his destiny. Okay, well, that was neat. See some kind of vials and plasma in there and some lumps of petri tissue and petri dishes. Doesn't think any of that's going to be useful. Lab table is completely useless. A glass cylindrical tube just about big enough for a human to stand in. It's no technology I recognize. There's someone in there with skin as white as alabaster. I can't make out any features. I don't think they have any. And there's the Trilbster. What's up, Trilby? I'll add it to my journal. At this time, another soul came to the tree that was the prince's soul, and the other was of the faith, but blinded by pride, and so he was the prideful acolyte. And the prideful acolyte threw down the guide, and subjecting the guide to the blessed agonies of the body, he called forth the prince, and the prince crossed over to the land of technology. And the prince was much displeased, for the prideful acolyte would, in his arrogance, interfere with the destiny of the guide. So he threw down the prideful acolyte, and the prideful acolyte became the puppet, and knew the name of the king. And with great fear did the guide take up the soul of the bridge-keeper, immune to its influence, for the bridge-keeper was also greatly fearful. And he hid the soul of the bridge-keeper away to a place where it would meet its final destiny. And the prince and the puppet took their message to the Order of Blessed Agonies. Hat. There's something awfully familiar about it. Take it. Take it. It wouldn't suit me. Take it anyways, you little bitch! Anyway, there's Trilby. Yes? Anything coming back? Nothing from this room. But the more I think about the name John Defoe, it's like there's something scrabbling at the back of my mind. I feel like I'm on the verge of rediscovering something terrible. Something that almost destroyed me. Listen, this complex is dangerous. I think there's something haunting us. It's already killed someone. We need to find a way out of here. And go where? All the answers I seek are here. I just have to find them. You could be killed. Death didn't stop me last time, apparently. If what you say is true, you're the one who should be worrying. What is this place? No idea, but this is where I woke up. I've never seen technology like this. What year is it? It's 2189. Oh. I can't remember what year it was the last time I checked. But I'm pretty sure I've lost a century or two somewhere along the way. Dude, we literally told you that. Could you help me open a door? Not right now. I wish to remain here until I remember something. How long will that take? How should I know? Alright, so I think I have to give him something to jog his memories. Alright, whatever I have is not good enough for him, so I think it's time we talk to Janine again. I've seen what's inside the hub. You have? Can you show me? I've got the image on my phone. I'm sending it to you now. I see it. There's nothing to be afraid of, see? It's just some old ruin. Whatever killed Dr. Hardy is gone now, Yes, I see. It's funny, but when I see this, I don't feel so afraid. Like I'm seeing a place where I can find peace at last. Will you help me get there? Sure, but you'll have to come out of the sleeping quarters. Fine. I'll wait for you outside the hub. We have to get in there. Almost wrote myself into a corner here, what with needing Janine's help to get back inside the hub, and Janine being too terrified to leave. The idea that seeing the manor would give John Defoe a foothold in the fight for Janine's mind was pretty much a spontaneous thing. She's working for him now. Alright, so that's her down. Now we need him. Let me check really quick. Okay, we've got a few more shenanigans to do before we recruit the Trillmeister. We gotta go back and talk to Canning. Can we just hold the mouse button, or do we have to... No. Okay, I think it's this one. Yeah, baby! Who is John Defoe? Ah, now we're getting somewhere. John Defoe is the bridge keeper. It is through him that the king will enter our world. Where is he? He's all around us. Then again, he's also drifting off somewhere in deep space. Give me a straight answer, for God's sake. There is no straight answer to your question. Why do you ask it, anyway? Trilby told me the name. It's just about the only thing he remembers. Mere words will not fully restore a lost memory. A picture does a better job. What picture? I'll tell you what. If you can figure out by yourself what work Dr. Hardy was doing for us, I'll help you. I know what Dr. Hardy was doing. Do tell. She was a cloner. You had her create multiple copies of Trilby. And when I thought I saw him come back to life, it was just a different clone. Congratulations. Now, the more complex question. Why? Why would we need clones of this particular individual for? What would we need? I don't know. You don't know anything about the Defoe Manor incident? The Clan Bronwyn Hotel incident? No. Huh. Forget it then. Alright, you wanted to know what could jog his memory. Here is my advice. A newborn often reacts positively to an image of its mother. That's all you can give me? That's all I intend to give you. I'm not your personal advisor, boy. The have you figured out the plot yet dialogue puzzle makes a return after its first appearance in 5 Days a Stranger. I like it because it's a crafty way to expose the important plot points without getting heavy-handed with non-interactive conversations. Also, it helps the player feel like crafty Nancy Drew mystery-solving types. Alright, goodbye. Now we need to go back to the medical room. That's residential. Medical is this one, I want to say. Yeah, baby. We need Samantha's ID. I think the ID card she wore on her lab coat bore her picture. If I can just retrieve it. Damn, it isn't here. Where did it go? Let me double check the guide. I know we have to do for pretty much the rest of the day. Oh, hey now. Hey now. Can you walk through the door, please? Thank you. What? Do you have Dr. Hardy's ID card? I just wanted to remember her in some way. Don't judge me. I'm not judging you. Can I borrow it? Sure. Thanks. Clunk, 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 clunk. Take a look at this picture. Who is this? Samantha Hardy? Do you know her? Hardy? Maybe. There's something about her face. Could I meet her? She's dead. Hardy dead. Oh, Jesus! It wasn't me! It used my hands, but it wasn't me! What? I'm so sorry, Philip. You didn't deserve. Why are you doing this to us? Calm down. You're freaking out. I apologize. Some memories returned with a suddenness that caught me off guard. Nothing that answers why I am in this facility, however. Listen, I need your help. There's a door that needs 2 people to open it. I think that behind it we can both find the answers we seek. That seems as good a place to start as any. Please, lead the way. I'm back, Janine. Good, let's... Stay away from me! No! What on earth's the matter? It's him! Oh, God! I'm so frightened! Wait a second. Trilby is the one you're so scared of? Here's the payoff to Janine's fear, of course. It also raises the unspoken question of why she isn't afraid of anything else in the complex. If you noticed her earlier, or if you asked her earlier if she noticed the main corridor changing, she reveals that she sees things differently to the rest of us. So what does Trilby look like from her perspective? Nothing pretty, no doubt. Of course! Who else would it be, for God's sake? Madam, I don't even know who you are. Why are you so afraid of him? What do you think he'll do to you? I don't know. I don't know why I'm so scared. But I just look at him and I feel like I'm going to faint. Janine, listen to me. He's not with the Order anymore. He's lost his memories. He won't hurt us. I promise. We need him if we're going to open this door. And once it's open, we'll be able to get into the hub. Yes, the hub. Okay. Let's get these wheels turned. Could you stand between me and him? Sure. Subtle hint there at the growing attachment between Janine and Theo. He seems to reassure her. I'm not sure if that's Defoe's influence. I doubt he'd be reassured by someone he perceives to be the tall man. Of course, this means I'm right in the middle to get stabbed. Why isn't it working? It worked last time. Maybe the fuse is blown. You've got to fix it. Please, I have to get in here. Okay, I'll take care of it. The rather overdone fuse box business was put in because I needed a puzzle to break up the group a little bit. Originally, they went in together, but that wasn't as intimidating. We asked ourselves what exactly Janine is doing while we can't see her. Alright, I hope you guys are just okay to be alone together. I mean, I know Janine literally just had a panic attack, but just you know, don't worry about it. It's all good. The music. Yeah, no, it's nice when it actually comes on. It's just a shame that we have so much silence. That ought to do the trick. I love all versions of the Tall Man's theme. Where's Janine? She went on ahead. I tried to stop her, but she just ignored me. So Janine wasn't saying anything or responding to Trilby, a strong hint that she fell under Defoe's almost total control when the door opened. Come on. Hi, Trilbies. Originally I was going to have this be a great big open area with an ominous-looking Defoe Manor in the middle. That proved too much work. This way is better, I think, because we want to keep the claustrophobic feel, and then the Defoe foyer comes as a surprise. What's this? Who are you? We are doormen. Our task is to stand here, always. Did a woman pass through here? Yes. Why didn't you stop her? Our task is only to stand here, not to monitor who goes in or out. Are these clones? What? Are these clones of me? Yeah, I think so. Am I a clone? Yes. Ah. I did consider it as one of the likelier possibilities. It explains pretty much everything. Shall we continue? That was supposed to reflect Trilby's old self, the smart and cunning investigator who can deal with any weird shit that comes his way. References door Defoes. In hindsight, it does make him seem a bit spaced out again. Sure. Reject humanity, become door. Are we going in? I'm scared. You don't know what to expect. I've seen what's in there on the security camera. It's just a bunch of ancient ruins. But I don't know. There's probably a touch too much dialogue in this scene. This whole exchange we could probably have binned. It's like what Janine talked about, a completely irrational fear. Janine may be in danger. I know. Okay, let's do this. Blurring animation is created by taking 3 different copies of the image and blurring them increasingly in Photoshop. I guess that isn't very interesting, is it? The breathing sound is me breathing in a microphone and slowing it down in gold wave. That isn't very interesting either. What? Mr. DeCobb! Janine? What's going on? Where am I? Janine was under Defoe's control up until this point. It would probably have gone very poorly for Theo if Trilby hadn't shown up. Yeah, she came up real close. Theo? Are we in the hub? I think so. This isn't the ruin I saw. I know this place. John Defoe. This is where he lives. How do you know? Because this is where I destroyed him. Where I thought I destroyed him. Where I tied his spirit to his bones and set him ablaze. But that was just a movie. No, it... Look out! Bye, Trilby. The faster breathing sound is me breathing like I was having a seizure, again slowed down in gold wave. What the hell was that? What's happening to the walls? No, not you! No! Yeah, she's out. What? Defoe's soul is so far away from his mind at this point that his mind has gone haywire. His ego and the memories of his house all manifest physically. Further out, though, the welder cannot venture, so he must rely on possession, as we shall see soon enough. This is the same welder sprite from 7 Days, except that the skin of his hands has gone from a flesh pink to a markedly sepulchry greeny gray. Janine, wait! Do you understand, Theodore de Cobb? No! No, I do not understand! It occurs to me that I've not been saying much about the music. I had to stick it in pretty fast because mods only got it to me a couple of days before release. This music is the epic John Defoe theme, a more epic version of the standard John Defoe theme. Overall, I'm very happy with Mods' work, as always, if not his punctuality. I requested the JD theme to reflect sadness and hopelessness, because John Defoe's life and afterlife is just one tragedy after another, isn't it? I don't understand why I'm being put through this nightmare. I don't understand the things I'm seeing. And I don't understand why you can't give me a simple, straight answer. If straight answers are what you require, then I will accommodate you. The house you saw is called Defoe Manor. It does not, however, physically exist. It is a construct of John Defoe's mind, a manifestation. So why the hell is it here? When John Defoe died, his mind and body went into his house. When Trilby burnt it down 200 years ago, he assumed that both were destroyed. But the infection of John Defoe's mind clung to the ruins, and to the very land on which it stood, even while his body burned away. The Order of Blessed Agonies built this facility around it. Measures had to be taken, however, to ensure that the infection would not spread. What measures? Let me reiterate what the cultist asked you. Why was Samantha Hardy employed to clone Trilby, of all people, multiple times? I haven't got a clue. Clues you have had plenty of. Think, de Cobb. Why Trilby? Defoe being scared of Trilby is a pretty important plot element. It's one of the major points of this whole arrangement. It was vital the player understood it, so I fell back on my all-purpose multiple-choice plot absorption technique. Because John Defoe is scared of him. Why do you say that? Back there, in the manor, as soon as Trilby was removed, everything started going berserk. Indeed. For a wraith, being crammed back inside your rotting bones is a traumatic and painful experience. To then be shot down and set alight, unable to die, to feel the constant agony of body and mind reduced to ash. Until then, Defoe feared only his father. Afterwards, Trilby was, in his mind, the embodiment of pain, and his mere presence acts as a ward against Defoe. Trilby was, from then on, utterly immune to Defoe's corrosive influence, although he never realized it. And with only a constant presence of Trilby throughout the complex could the evil of Defoe's mind be restrained within the hub. But the tall, thin man, the one with the coat, he's the head of the Order, right? Correct. Why does he keep killing the Trilbys? That I do not know. But I do know that the more of them that die, the further Defoe bleeds into the surrounding complex. You may not have long. What will happen? Defoe is a creature of monstrous violence. Samantha Hardy's fate, I fear, was only the beginning. Oh God! Is Janine all right? Perhaps you should find out. Janine! No. No, not again. Hi, tall man. No! Here the tall man takes a short break from the big Trilby hunt to inspect a newcomer who's been getting all up on us. He could almost certainly wipe out de Cobb in a second. His behavior in this scene is more reflective of curiosity than hostility. Janine, open the door! When trying to understand the tall man's motivations in this game, you have to consider whether or not he knew Chzo intended to replace him. Let me clear that one up for you. Yes, he did. He's known since Trilby's notes. That should be cleared by his current attempts to sabotage the operation. But why have the Order arrange the complex, the manor, and the bomb in the first place? Why, when the bridge is contrary to his wishes? What bomb? Janine, please! Please open the door! To answer that, remember that the tall man needed to keep his sabotage attempt secret from Chzo. While Chzo was observing him, he had to appear to be working towards Chzo's goal. But under what circumstances would he be free of that supervision? What is it that draws Chzo's attention? Answer this, and you can also explain why the tall man is upset if Trilby is dead at the end of Trilby's notes. Despite himself trying to pull out Trilby's heart earlier on in Siobhan's room. Janine, for God's sakes, open the damn door! I'm sorry, Theo. Theo's breathing animation here is the same as his wobbly animation from when he first gets off the bed in the medical room, slowed down. I like to reuse resources whenever I can. One of the hallmarks of my adventure games is a nice low file size. I know. I'm just so scared. I know. It keeps happening. I don't even remember going into the hub. You blacked out? I was waiting for you outside the door. Then I was nothing. And the next thing I knew, I was in that room in front of you. I'm scared out of my mind because there's something trying to take me over. Look at me, okay? Nothing's going to take you over. I'm not going to let that happen. This is the very last time we see Janine in a Janine-like state. Theo's reassuring words are very hollow because his attempts to comfort her are what wipe her personality out completely. Is this that scene? This is that scene, Nem. I can feel it all around, watching, whispering in my ear all the time. Janine, just hold me. And they get jiggy with it. Something tells me not to. I ignore it. Ooh, boy. Okay, the notorious... Why would you call it a diddling scene? My god. What I like to think of is just one of the few artistically justified sex scenes in amateur adventure. Two common complaints were leveled at it by prudes and jerks, that it's A, gratuitous, and B, far-fetched, Defoe being so heavily injured. Something tells me I'm taking advantage. I ignore it. A is Tommy Rot, as I'll explain soon enough, and B, I'd ask you to write off as artistic license. Touching and sinful. The fact is, it was important they get their bone on. Defoe is going through the blessed agonies. The agony of the soul, you may recall, is the loss of something you love. Sex is the best way, cinematically speaking, to clearly convey that a love relationship has been established. Something tells me to stop when it starts to hurt. Ha! Side boob! I ignore it. It's also that sex is, frankly, a rather bestial, brutal act, much more the province of animals than civilized people. I'm not saying John Defoe is a Mac Daddy, but I do consider physical violation to be very much his territory. Hence the mingling of sex and pain here. Evil raging outside our door, we comfort each other. Let's freeze it here on the gratuitous nipple shot. This image was drawn to imply something sinister conveyed in the spark of the eye. Ha! Booby. I want the player to consider the possibility that Janine was, mentally, John Defoe for at least some of the nighttime hijinks, and that's gross. Ha ha ha, I say in my silent narrator voice. You bonked Jason Voorhees. Hope he was worth it. Oh yeah, with her eye there too. Through love and pain we bond. Yeah. By the 6th day we would both be dead. Rather proud of the graphics in the scene. I've been dabbling with large character images, hence the credit sequence in Trilby's notes. It's practice for when I graduate myself to higher resolution graphic adventures. That happened day 4. July 27th. So, what is it now? What are you doing? No! Oh, cool, Canning's dead. The good thing about limited visibility scenes like this one is that you don't have to concentrate on the animation. And yes, Ghost, we're only on day 4, but there's only 6 days in this one. The frames I did for Theo's stabbing doesn't look anything like stabbing. You can only tell because of the sound and the blood splatter. Things are also going to get really quick now. Oh, just a dream. Janine? Oh yeah, I'm looking at the guide. Day 4 and 5 are really quick. Day 6, not as much, but only slightly not as quick. I'm going to pop a handy-dandy save. Dankeschön. What happens if we give our girl a call? Nope. No reply. Okay, nothing in here. Clunk, 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 clunk. For lovers of trivia, that scream you're about to be terrified is the same one you hear in 7 Days when John, or Malcolm as it seems, gets throttled by Evil Barry. I remember that. It's also got a few seconds of silence stapled onto the front, so I can just play it as soon as the player enters the room. Sweet. Alright. Is this where Canning is? Was? Canning? The majority of DeKalb's dialogue for this day seems to be just saying people's names in a questioning tone of voice. Indeed. I have literally no idea how to open it. Yeah, we're not going in there. It's Canning's blood. I know it is somehow. It's splattered all over the cell. Cool. People said this game wasn't scary because you couldn't die. A similar charge was leveled at 3D Realm's recent FPS Prey. In our defense, dying in most games has lost its sting when you can just reload a save game from minutes ago, and we're just cutting out the middleman. I guess 3D Realms and I are ahead of our time. Besides, DeKalb's dying would go against the game's theme of inescapable destiny. Man, we're just having dreams within dreams, ain't we? Oh god, what's this? Ooh, what's this? I thought about having it so Janine chased you through all the rooms, not just here in the main corridor, but still with bad memories of having to add extra code to every single room in 7 days, I opted for this instead. Oops, I just clicked off camera and we're probably dead now. Okay. It hurts. There's some kind of barrier blocking the way, like a force field, but also like something else entirely. When I look at it, there's a feeling like the bottom dropping out of my mind. 3D Realms Prey was the 2006 one? Yeah. It's... Wait. Wouldn't this game have come out well before 2006? It's Janine, but she's wearing some kind of paper mask and holding a knife, and there's something different about her posture. Alright, that's a thing. Are we gonna keep getting chased? No. We're not. Okay, what? I think we were supposed to go through the other door. It just, wasn't letting us? Oh no, we woke up again, guys. So is Theo technically gay now? John Defoe, but he doesn't get how lady legs work. Transcendent bi. Pretty much. Access denied. You don't know how to implement that. It's a freaking door. Go through it, bro. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts, yes, but could you go through it anyway? My guy? My guy? Well, that's not helpful at all. Okay, so what if we go out here? Hole in the wall? Yeah, the hole in the wall said it had some kind of barrier on it. Oh! Okay, yeah, she's out and about. Every time we die, we wake up. That's acceptable. Oh shit, no, 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 no! Oh, okay, that worked out. John Defoe trying to kill Theo, whom he perceives as the tall man, is indicative of the uneasy relationship between those two. The welder, of course, would be no threat at all to the real tall man. Johnny is just leaping on an opportunity to kill a weaker aspect of tall man. John Defoe betting time skip. Maybe he's pissed off at him for taking advantage last night. Considering the Trilby's notes flashback, it's not the first time the tall man has penetrated him. Gross giggity? I think it's a pickaxe. It's like it's there, but it isn't. God, my head hurts so much. You will, of course, remember this from 5 days. When I touch it, pins and needles run up my arm. When I pick it up, it doesn't seem to have any weight at all. Revisiting old rooms from 5 days really brings perspective on how my art style has changed. Look at that door. What the hell? Look at that dude. What the hell kind of color is that? It's like someone took a great big turquoise dump on good aesthetic taste. Look at this dude. Okay, Okay. That stuttering was just me checking the guide, making sure I know what's up. Same for that one. Oh, hey, embrace me, my sweet! Thanks. Let's go! Sound of him dying is just access denied. This is another example of me not liking straightforward inventory puzzles anymore. This is more than just an inventory puzzle. This is an inventory puzzle you have to time properly. A thoroughly superior kind of inventory puzzle. Bye, Janine. Love you, girl. The tall man in that death scene is saying, "There you are, you little monkey. God, I leave you alone for 1 second. Get back in here right now, young man." Janine! The hole, it must be pointed out, only exists while Defoe's mental landscape overlaps the real world. Now that reality is returned, there's no more hole, and Janine's body has been utterly crushed inside the wall. No! And now he is alone. Day 5! See, I told you the last couple days are a lot quicker. My first idea was to have all the days in this game occur out in a random order each time you played. This would be a reference to Chzo's non-linear perception of time. Nem says, no Yahtzee, those inventory puzzles suck. I dropped this idea in favor of a coherent narrative. I wanted to be ambivalent, not impenetrable. My next idea was to have this chapter occur at a random point between any one of the day transitions. This too was dropped because the revelation of the man in red's identity should probably be kept to a specific pivotal moment. Noted, Ghost. This, of course, is our resident celebrity. The Mephistopheles killer? This dialogue appears verbatim in the third Countdown Trilogy text adventure. It's just so we all know where we all are. Oh, maybe I did play those then. Yes, you'll remember, it was all over the news. Last year, the EFS Mephistopheles was relaunched with a skeleton crew of 6. The appointed ship's counselor was one Dr. Jonathan Somerset, and he reported for duty punctually and on schedule. Unfortunately, shortly after the launch, it was discovered that the real Dr. Jonathan Somerset was dead. Pushed down a flight of stairs, presumably by the imposter who had taken his place. Off-world security was dispatched to intercept the Mephistopheles. Its last recorded communication was an SOS distress call to the EFS Charisma. By the time off-world security arrived, this man had slaughtered the entire crew. So, who is he? His name is Malcolm Somerset. Malcolm was the login name for the dude using the computer at the very beginning of 7 Days. All of which sheds a little more light on that scene. The only son of Dr. Jonathan Somerset. It was important to show that the imposter was also a Somerset to tie in with Owen Somerset from Notes and my descendant fetish. He was a student of psychology at Ganymede University, wanting to follow in his father's footsteps. But he failed the final examination and dropped out. It seems becoming a shipboard counselor was his dream, and when his father was called up, he couldn't hold in his jealousy. So, why did he kill the Mephistopheles crew? That's partly why he remains under psychiatric study. It's a complete mystery. Everything from Twitch mobile app is more expensive? Definitely don't use that then. The best theory we have is that he was found out and killed out of desperation. But that doesn't explain the demented creativity, the sheer bloodthirsty relish with which his crewmates were slaughtered. One man was impaled, another was blinded, the first officer had her head twisted right around. Many of the corpses were dismembered and stitched randomly together into Frankenstein-like monstrosities. Oh, good, Ghost, were you able to use the other versions of that, then? Certainly not the actions of a man simply trying to cover up for a far less serious crime. But let's leave him for the moment and move on. We can end. Ah. And now we are Malcolm. The same character we were in, 7 Days a Skeptic. It's pretty much the only thing to look at in here. There's a hatch built into it for moving food and small items into my cell. I got tired of yelling at the guards pretty fast. Subs are like 20% more expensive? Ooh. You! If, in the Countdown Trilogy game, you look through the peephole into Malcolm's cell sometime after the doctor leaves, you get a reply like, the prisoner is having a conversation with himself. Because, you see, he is. This also highlights the man in red's ability to be perceived only there if he chooses to. You can already see clear similarities in the two men. Same face, same basic style of robe, etc. I was beginning to think you'd gone forever. This shall be our last meeting. You'll get me out of here, right? You owe me at least that. What makes you think I owe you anything? You're the one who made me kill my father. I only encouraged you to do what you already intended. You promised me I wouldn't get caught. You wouldn't have been caught had the Mephistopheles left that locker alone. You knew about that? Did you know about John Defoe? Was it all part of some plan? I did not scheme it, but I did know it would come to pass. All I did was encourage events to take place as I had seen. You know they think I did it, and all that senseless murder? I've been locked up in here for 6 months. 7 days took place around early August 2385, and now it's early February 2386, so it's been pretty much exactly 6 months. Not much time for courts of appeal in the future. It was probably straight off to the funny farm for poor Malcolm. I don't care about you or any of your bullshit. Just get me out of here and you'll never hear from me again, I swear. I very much doubt that, but rest assured, I am here to release you. Thank you. What do I have to do? Just use the key and leave by the door. What? Maybe you haven't noticed, but the lock is on the outside. Besides, the guards outside will... I'm not talking about that door. What are you talking about? What door? What key? Who are you? Wait a minute! Who are you? The guy dropping off the present was the protagonist of Countdown 3. Now you can play it again and feel all cool and knowing. It's just part of the wall, but it feels different now. When I look at it, my hands start to tremble. Ghost says, reject humanity, become door. Refer said, that is the people, but where is the poop hole? Alarming. Oh hey, I found the door. Behind the pads, there's a door made out of flesh. It's locked. There's some kind of pulsating slit around where a keyhole would be. Gross. Looks like there's something in there. Yes, take it. Someone sent me a parcel with no return address. Looks like a sandwich. Contains some kind of oddly shaped knife. By the feel of it, it's old enough to be an antique. Hi, Freya. Hi, baby. Yeah. Can we examine the keyblade? It's as if some kind of ancient knife, but with teeth on the end like a key. It's literally a keyblade. Apply Vaseline before inserting key? No, we going in raw, baby. More pain. Chzo would like it that way. As we learn later, the key knife is Freehorn's blade, forged from ethereal metal and given to the prophet Jack Freehorn by the Tall Man. Its power is that people killed with it turn into what amount to intelligent wraiths, bristling with magical energy but enslaved to their murderer. This door of flesh is Malcolm's throat. By killing himself with the blade, he becomes a non-corporeal, magical, imbued spirit that answers to no one. Before that, though, there's this little matter of freeing yourself from worldly hang-ups. The descending theme is another one of Mod's top jobs. I just wish there were more places I could have used it. Also, I agree, I love this theme. The purpose of the descending scene is one of the more deliberately ambiguous moments. Broadly, it's Malcolm freeing himself of worldly cares as his brain dies, like in Jacob's Ladder. We're seeing what appears to be Malcolm carrying out John Defoe's murders aboard the Mephistopheles, with the crew replaced by welders. The scaling down of the main character here was because of misjudging character size while drawing the room background. I would have preferred not to shrink him. It makes the detail of his blood splatters and hair loss harder to see. Don't worry about it. Malcolm was convicted for the murders. It could just be that this caused a lot of stress in him, and maybe some part of him has come to believe it. But what if, in truth, we're being subjected to a garbled form of what really happened on the Mephistopheles? Maybe what we saw in 7 Days a Skeptic was colored by advanced delusion, and it was really Malcolm being made to kill by John Defoe. Probably not. But in the next scene, Trilby talks of what John Defoe caused Malcolm to become, and Malcolm expresses the desire for redemption. This is one of those decide-for-yourself moments. As you can see, yeah, he is starting to bald a bit now, and more blood splatters, of course. You probably shouldn't read too much into it, but in Japan, specifically in the game Killer 7, blood-stained clothing is the mark of a betrayer. Also, don't read too much into losing hair. It was just a way to drastically alter Malcolm's appearance, and hair teeth is a common theme in nightmares. Hair teeth loss. Hi. Goodbye. And now we have become the Man in Red. So there's that answer. The Man in Red is Malcolm from 7 Days. This is another background I leaked early because I really like it. It's all MS Paint work, just using line, brush, and fill tools. I'm trying to develop my background making skills beyond simple, boring dollhouse rooms. I just wish it didn't take so long each time. Mood. Welcome to Chzo! Looks like the corpse of an old man and the remnants of a suit, tied up with strands of muscle and skin. The stench is terrible, I don't want to go near him. This whole thing is one of my favorite parts, absolutely. What happened to you, old man? I made a powerful enemy. Okay, here's one of the big debates. Is old Trilby one of the Trilby clones, or is this somehow the original Trilby? Support for him being a clone include his own assertion and a Trilby clone being inside Chzo in the ending sequence. Support for not clone basically revolves around him having memories that took place after Trilby's blood sample was taken in Trilby's notes. I'm leaving the issue open, then if I want to do a story about Trilby post-Chzo Mythos, I'll just come back and say this was a clone all along. So we may as well just say this is a clone. You know, like what Marvel Comics does. You're alive, of course. Chzo would not let me die. Who are you? You ask a complex question. The name by which I know myself is Trilby, but I strongly suspect that I am not the original. I am probably a clone, given over to Chzo as a plaything. Or perhaps that is my arrogance talking. Perhaps I simply cannot bear the thought that the real me would ever be imprisoned like this. Imagine having an enemy, lol. What is this place? I knew you'd ask that. No one who ever knew what this place would ever come here voluntarily. You're inside the body of Chzo. How did I get here? The last I knew, I was in an asylum. On Earth? In the universe of technology. Then I can't explain it. There's no possible way to get from there to here. Not corporeally, anyway. Who's Chzo? A more appropriate question might be, what is Chzo? Or even, where is Chzo, since it seems he is a place as well as a fiend. But to answer you, Chzo is a pain elemental. There were once many of his kind in the universe of magic, small and largely harmless creatures that fed on the petty anguishes of others. But over time, they became more and more reliant on magic, until their actual physical bodies were all but completely vestigial. They fought for more power by killing and absorbing each other. Chzo is the very last of his kind. A bloated mountain of gristle whose very presence crackles with residual magic. And now nothing but the most hellish torments will sate his hunger. He's the closest thing to a god of pain. You're the one who sent the idol into space. Possibly. Certainly I have memories of doing so. And you must be the man who found him. How could you know that? After the hotel, Trilby spent many years researching Chzo. He requested a vision of the idol's future from the Ministry of Occultism. He was well respected by them, and his request was granted. Whether I am the original or not, I do possess the memories of that vision. I saw you. I saw what Defoe did to you. I saw what you became. And I realized that I'd seen you before somewhere. But never mind. You want to redeem yourself, don't you? More than anything. Then all you have to do is follow my instructions. Yeah, what's up, homie? I want you to kill me. And don't pretend you're a stranger to killing. You have Freehorn's blade. It's infused with Chzo's magic. It's the only thing that can release his hold on me. I want you to drive it into my heart. The nature of that blade will infuse you with energy. Call it my soul, my life force. We don't have a proper name for it. I want you to give it to the one who needs it. Who? You'll find him nearby. He isn't physically here, but Chzo is observing him, and so he manifests. My life force will still save him, wherever his actual body is. I won't kill you, I'm gonna bust you out of here! No! Even if you could, I have no place to go. To the pain elemental, time is non-linear. It sees the past, present, and future all at once. Were I to leave this place, I could end up at any moment in time. Or every moment, or no moment at all. It's the reason why you and I are able to interact like this. Despite, from my perspective, being in the 21st century. And you in the 24th. Now, kill me! Both our destinies demand it. Wait here, don't leave me. Can I examine anything else? Nope. Bust a nut, Ghost says. But Nut isn't here. Yo, can we stab a bitch, please? Thank you. I'm sorry. None of it was your fault. Remember that. That doesn't look like a heart wound, it looks like a chest wound. Oh yeah, look, there's a corpse over there. Here's another support for the not clone theory. Trilby seems to have a soul. What, clones can't have souls now? Are you some kind of clonist? Hi, other body. It's another Trilby, but he looks so much younger and healthier, if it weren't for that stab wound. Oh yeah, so we're giving Clone Trilby to that one. If you play the Trilby's Note Special Edition, you'll remember Malcolm showing up at the end to bring Trilby back to life. Sorry, that looked more like a gut stab, I meant, Ghost. This is a repeat of the scene, but without dialogue, except that the dialogue was either telepathic or representative. Yeah, I don't think Chzo liked that. So, you felt that, did you? I think I should get out of here. Yo, what's up, Weldy boy? You just wait there for a second, Malcolm, mate. The nature of the pit is kind of weird. For Malcolm, it functions as an exit. For the tall man later on, it is oblivion. The difference is that Malcolm is now a powerful non-corporeal entity, while the tall man is, for all his power, still largely physical. The rest you can figure out for yourself. Maybe at the bottom there's two chutes, one labeled ghosts and the other not ghosts. Yep. I'd say he's dead. Damn it! We're gonna catch hell for this, aren't we? Why do you have to cut his own throat out? Couldn't he have just hung himself with his pajamas like most of them do? It's like he knew we'd have to clean up the mess. Personally, I'm more worried about how he got hold of a knife. You and I both know if a freak really wants to kill himself, there's very little we can do to stop them. Can you honestly say he doesn't deserve it? I've got a little brother just joined the Navy Medical Corps. Same age as that poor doctor on the Mephistopheles was. I can assure you right now that that's not how Dr. Laszlo will see it. These two chaps also feature in Countdown 3. Their names are Toby and Clive, and they patrol the corridors. Hello, Toby. Hello, Clive. Ghost asks, how can he hang himself? Yeah, there's like nothing to hang himself on. Come on, let's fetch a body bag. Blackness swallows me. The furious roar of Chzo fades from hearing. I am free. Free of that place. Free of physical form. I originally opted to delete the scene in favor of punchier scene work and better ambiguity. But then one of my testers mentioned not realizing that the man in red was Somerset, so I put it back. The ebb and flow of time flutters against what passes for my body. Welcome back, ma'am. Caressing me like a lover. When I was a man, I was Destiny's prisoner. Now I will be her servant. There are men and women who must be guided. I will be the caretaker. If you went through all of Trilby's dialogue in the last scene, he mentions how leaving Chzo's body would place you temporarily in a very awkward position. Since Chzo is outside of conventional linear time, once you've been inside him, you take on the same qualities. Malcolm can now theoretically exist at all times at once. Some theories have been abound that Chzo manipulated the time loop into being, and while there may be something in that, for the most part, the time loop caused itself. So does that mean that Trilby can access all times? Because his soul that was in Chzo was given to younger Trilby. A time loop is self-perpetuating. Malcolm's actions as the man in red are fueled not out of anyone's personal agenda, but because that is simply how it must be. And when he restored Trilby to life, sparking the chain of events that led to his own downfall, he realized this. I imagine the reason Trilby doesn't travel through all the different days is because... Yeah, see, that was day 5. No, so, day 6. Was because he didn't know that he had the power. You could not have saved her, Decob. But there is still enough time to save yourself. This next animation is probably a little bit too fast. Woo! Jumping to his feet pretty fast for a guy who was catatonic with despair all night. What happened to her? Her weakened defenses allow John Defoe to crush her personality. In loving her, you tainted her. Tainted? What's that supposed to mean? Sex, more specifically the orgasm, leaving a person in a state of mental weakness, is a theme I've used before. In one of my unpublished workings of the Trilby backstory, leading a double life caused him to develop multiple personalities. On one occasion, the normal side of him having sex is what allows the ruthless Trilby side of him to take control. Just as the past affects the future, so too does the future affect the past. And your future, Decob, is a dark one indeed. He should have avoided the taint, lol! So dark that its influence travels backwards through your lifetime, leaving an eternal blemish on your soul that worsens as your fate draws near. Shut up! Why can't you ever give me a simple, straight answer? Why won't you help me get out of here? You will find the way out in the basement of Defoe Manor. What? If you wish to escape, go there. You expect me to go down into that madhouse? What about John Defoe? Enough clones of Trilby remain to provide an escort. They will buy you the time you need to break through Defoe's defenses. You must combat the corrosive influence of his mind on equal footing. Know him, become him, defeat him. We shall not meet again. I wish you luck. Wait! Will you at least tell me who you are? Once I was a man. John Defoe destroyed all I had. But a gift gave me the power to see the destiny of all mankind, while simultaneously enslaving me to it. You and I, DeKalb, are pawns in a game too vast and complex to understand. But a pawn that crosses the board becomes a king, or at the very least, a prince. That's one of my favorite lines right there, and yes, I know a pawn crossing the chessboard actually becomes a queen, but that wasn't as appropriate. Now, for the time, not for the only time, Malcolm almost expresses remorse of what he does, but he has long ago abandoned the illusion of free will. Ghost says, reject humanity, become John Defoe. Pretty much. Goodbye, Janine. I'm going to let her rest. It won't reply. Add it to my journal. Freehorn's blade is one of the Order's most sacred relics. It is said to have been used by the 18th century prophet Jack Freehorn himself to deliver the 12 sacrifices that enabled him to write the books of Chzo. When a person dies, their body, mind, and soul separate and drift apart. An individual killed by Freehorn's blade, however, separates differently. They leave their body to get behind, while the mind and soul remain together. This results in a non-corporeal spirit of unusual ability, capable of strong manifestations, but they remain forever under the command of the one who wielded the blade. An individual can exploit a loophole in these rules by killing themselves with Freehorn's blade, which would theoretically transform them into an immensely powerful spirit, a magic-infused force of pure will. None, however, have yet chanced this. Ha! Shows what you know, bitch. Alright, before we go out into the hall, I need to check the guide, because I think things are going to get a little frantic. So we're definitely going to save. Okay, and then just a moment. Okay, yeah. We gotta be precise about our movements here. Luckily, it seems like it pauses when I exit the frame of the game. Ooh, 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 ooh. Hey now, hey now, hey now, hey now. Will you three come with me into the hub? If that is what you order. We only do as we are told. How many of you are there? We don't know. When any of us fall, another comes here to take our place. So if you die, I can come back here and there will be more of you? Until there are no more. Personally, I'm in no hurry to die. The reason why this room has no walls on the left or right is to imply that there are hidden passages somewhere where all the other clones are hiding. Come on. Alright, we literally have expendable meat shields here. Mods made a special Exploring Defoe Manor music track, but for some reason it was a minute and a half of quiet build-up and then a sudden rise of urgency. I'm afraid I couldn't find a way to fit it into the pacing, so I just used this other track he provided for generic danger. For lovers of trivia, it's based on the same tune as the harpsichord music from Trilby's Notes. I know it is, and I love it. Okay, we're gonna save. Now we're gathering some items here. I think it's a door. I can't think straight. Being in this place feels like having huge weights on my head. No door gag. Every time we enter a new room, I believe, the tall man will kill one of our trilbies. The whole idea about dressing up like John Defoe is as a protective measure to try and fool the house that you belong there. At this stage, that's the extent of it. Things get a whole lot more complicated as soon as you enter the hole. Just double check. Okay. Originally, I wanted to come up with more animations for the tall man murdering Trilby, but saw no reason why he'd mix things up a bit. It was important that the tall man Trilby killings be largely quick and painless. This ties into how the tall man was able to escape Chzo's supervision and start sabotaging the operation. I think this whole sequence is my favorite part of the game, personally. Welding mask. There goes our last escort. Nope. Come on, my dude. Come on. Nope. Come on. God, I've always hated these stairs. Thank you. How many points do I have to get for you to bite a raw onion like an apple? Oh, Jesus Christ. None, because I will never do it. Oh, shit, I went the wrong way. Also, hey, look, it's that painting again. Yeah, I don't know if I'm down for stunts, so to speak. Refresh my trilbies. Wait, it's supposed to be... Ugh. Okay, hold on, refresh our trilbies. Oh, I see. We have to go back fucking upstairs again. Ugh. Upstairs sucks! I'd do it for $1 billion. Lol. Stop killing my escorts, dude! How many points for you to drink water? 100 points and I will drink some water. Tell you what though, first one's on the house. Crunch. I have the power to make you drink 41 times then. Indeed you do. Delightful. Alright, let me double check what we got now. We got the apron. Okay. God, that's an annoying sound. Trilby clones are just walking around enjoying the room. Wearing the outfit. Our last clone gets snapped. The idea is the house is incomplete because only the rooms John would have been familiar with in life are present. I guess they should have probably been in their 19th century guise, though. Father, it hurts. Should have father killed you. Demon. Demon. Demon child, it hurts. Father, child, I saved him. Father, demon child, I brought him back. No, child, it hurts. Demon, 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 demon. There's the drink. Up to this point, the disjointed phrases and images have been scripted. From now on, they're all randomized. Kill me, the floating man. The new prince, the guide. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Kill me, the guide. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Defoe Manor. You are the last one? I think so. We are just using highlight messages for you to drink. Hey, that's fine. I need to remember. They all went in, they never came out. Does that mean anything to you? Does that spark any memories? I think the others were killed. When I think that, images start to flash before my eyes. Defoe Manor being here feels wrong. I think it's supposed to have been destroyed. In what way destroyed? Fire. It's supposed to have been burnt down. Perhaps you should address this inconsistency. Yes. How? I can show you where to get some petrol. I only inserted the barrel of petrol into the camera room after doing this scene. Look at it, and it's clearly been hurriedly pasted in. Lol. I just didn't want fire accelerant to be conjured from nowhere. The point here is to convey, if it wasn't clear enough... Oh, whoa! What the hell? Oh, there was water on the trackpad because I just took that drink. Damn it. Oh, that's fine. Who knows what this is supposed to convey? Dun dun dun. Oh, hey, the darkness, or the shaking shot stopped. It's moving. Focus, Decob. It's not really happening. Oh, hey, that was us at the end of the thing. This is also payoff for the mysterious hand thingy at the very end of 7 Days of Skeptic. Another thing you shouldn't read too much into, if you start thinking it really was Decob, then a whole new can of worms is opened. Sup, dude? Notice how quickly the tall man clears off when Decob arrives. Maybe he's finally figured out that Decob's presence allows Chzo to observe him. Have you figured out why that would be the case yet, children? It looks like a large cuboid object covered in a tarpaulin. I don't think it belongs here. How much water are you drinking per drink? I mean, that was a pretty sizable drink. There's some kind of document lying on it. I'll add it to my journal. Children of the King, rejoice, for the time is finally at hand. Our patience these last few centuries will finally be rewarded. Nem says, we talked about this being voice acted, and I think that scene should use clips from the other voice acted bits. I agree. And how much do I need to make you fall? Oh, Jesus. Dangerous power. 200 years ago, the body of the Bridgekeeper was destroyed. 200 years from now, the soul of the Bridgekeeper will meet the same fate. These are known as bridge events. Actually, it was 196, by the way, not 200. These are known as bridge events. Their significance was so great that they sent ripples of weakness throughout the timeline itself, echoing off both into the past and future. A lot more than I think you have? Indeed. Please don't try. On the 28th of July, 2189, the ripples off from the past will collide into the ripples from the future, creating an area of extreme weakness between the two realms. If the third bridge event, the destruction of the mind, occurs at this point, the force of the explosion will penetrate that area of weakness and form the bridge between the realms. Over the bridge, the King Chzo will come. He will come to save us and all the men of technology from sin. I mean, I'm just kind of drinking from a large cup of water. We must, however, be alive to enjoy this new age of perfect purity. And so it is important that the complex and ophthalmology building be evacuated at least 1 week prior to the bridge event. Oh no. It's a bomb! There's enough nano-explosive here to atomize the country! Nothing for it. I've got to try and disarm it. Wait a second. The bomb's already been defused. Counter-terrorists win. The wiring under its control panel has been ruined. As long as it's not damaged, this thing isn't going to explode. Yeah, sure, I'll take a drink. Alright, so do we just, like, leave now? Are we good to tally forth? Shit! Oh, I love this outro. I can watch it all day and I think I made this, like that kid from the end of the X-Files. Look how that fire burns like a proper fire and how Defoe curls up all scared like. Sweet. No! No! Kaboom! This is meant to evoke the intro and outro to 5 days because we're basically looking at the same bit of land. Some people on the forum wanted to know when the hill became a cliff, but those people can shut up and leave me alone. Kaboom! Yeah, that's a lens flare. Bite me, it looks cool. No wonder Gariot or whatever his name was so eager to get the fuck out of there. 6 days later. You're watching UCBC News. Investigation continues into the circumstances that resulted in a nano-explosive detonation in the county of Buckinghamshire 6 days ago. The blast completely demolished the ophthalmology building, which had been purposely evacuated beforehand, and several lead ophthalmologists are being held for questioning. Although the detonation has not yet been found to have caused any loss of life, 2 individuals last seen in the area have been reported missing. And environmentalists are already calling this the biggest ecological disaster in the entire history of the country. The investigation continues. Atomize the country, my ass. As an avatar of destiny, I cannot judge. I cannot afford to question events, only encourage them to take place as history demands. And yet I wonder why the Order of Blessed Agonies expected Chzo to enter this universe. After all, a creature so dependent on magic could not possibly survive in a world where there is none. The prophecies were wrong. Freehorn, the Order, the Tall Man himself, all deliberately misled by the pain elemental. But why? For what purpose was the bridge really constructed? This scene and the next are what passes for the big explanatory scene, the parlor scene as they say in detective fiction. Ghost says, make World War III, World War III ensues. All the scene really needed to do was plant the idea that Chzo didn't actually want to cross the bridge himself. You see, travel gives him eczema. It was open for mere seconds. Nothing came through from the ethereal realm. So did Chzo's plans simply fail? Or was his intention not to send, but to receive? None of this matters. I led Defoe to the destiny demanded of him by his timeline. Now I must wait. 2 centuries from now, my younger self will require my guidance. The eternal cycle must be set in motion again. And while I do not judge and feel no regret, I find that I do not relish this task. More of that pesky remorse on Malcolm's part. In many ways, perhaps his fate is the worst of all. Eternally bound to ensure that the time loop remains despite his personal qualms with doing so. But on the other hand, he wasn't annihilated or had his body broken into bits, so rock on, Malcolm. In the 18th century, the prophet Jack Freehorn put to paper the 3 books of Chzo. The blood of the 12 sacrifices still fresh on his hands. The Book of the Prince, the Book of Victims, and the Book of the Bridge. This is a central tenet in the faith of the Order of the Blessed Agonies. What is not known, nor not even by the highest acolytes, and likely not even by the prince himself, is that there is a 4th book. Sorry, I'll read your comment in a sec, Nam. It seemed to contradict the other prophecies, and Freehorn discarded the draft, thinking it a garbled message. This was the Book of the New Prince. Here is what it said. This additional stuff is in the special edition ending is an attempt to at least partially explain why Chzo wanted to replace the Tall Man. I figured it's basically the big question of the game, so it deserves special treatment. On the day of the bridge, the prince returned to the court of the king and bowed low before the presence. And the king was greatly wrathful, and he said to the prince, "Why have you returned, O prince? You who would betray his king, who would defy his own flesh?" People wonder why the tall man had to be replaced. Can't Chzo be fickle? Can't it be a whole bunch of little reasons? Actually, I can alt-tab to rechat. Nem says, in the Consuming Shadow run I did, you can see the VOD, Chzo was my ally. But you can get him as the invader, so that's interesting. I don't know what the Consuming Shadow is, but I would love to see Chzo show up in more things. I really do enjoy this series, but it largely doesn't get talked about in the horror community. Also, Ghost says, lag is ruining me enjoying the stream. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not seeing any come from my end, so I'm thinking that might come from yours. Pop a refresh, hopefully that should help. And with those words, the king threw down the prince and stripped away his vestments, and the prince once again became the arrogant man. That roguelike I told you about on Halloween? Ooh, bad time to pause. You'll have to remind me in Discord, Nem. I forget about pretty much everything seconds after they happen. I'm kind of just in a haze these days. And the arrogant man said, "I wanted only to please you, my king. I knew you schemed to replace me. If I betrayed you, it was only to remain your prince." And the king replied, "I have not forgotten that you are the arrogant man, and still your arrogance blinds you. Who are you to question my plans, you little man of linear time? Who are you to believe he knows what is best for I who has drunk down the agonies of 1,000,000 men, I who has seen to the edge of forever? You are not my prince, O arrogant man, you who were never truly of my flesh." And the king took the vestments of the prince and gave them to the man of purity, and the man of purity became the new prince. Decob is the new prince for several reasons. Firstly, the obvious one is that he's gone through blessed agonies. But now Defoe's aspects are destroyed, he also has a bit of John Defoe in him, who has also suffered through some pretty agonizing shit. Another difference is that he was dead before he was reanimated and transformed, while Kabadeth was alive. Make of that what you will. And the arrogant man wept aloud, "Why have you betrayed me, my king? What have I done that I should earn this wrath?" Came the reply, "Long ago you were offered the chance to fulfill the role of the bridge, as a being of both magic and technology. You could have proven your commitment to your king. You could have chosen your successor. But in your arrogance you resisted and created the child to become the bridge in your stead. And after you learned the true purpose of the bridge, you had the audacity to subvert my will. Weakly you sought to avert your destiny and the destinies of others. But rejoice, arrogant man, for I have provided another opportunity to fight your fate. Simply defeat your successor and return to my side. The new prince faced the arrogant man. And the new prince threw down the arrogant man. Thanks to various reasons mentioned above for Defoe being the new prince, he is even more powerful in Kabadath, even when he was at full strength. And just to illustrate that, he flicks the weak and tall man away as you would an irritating fly. Whee! Chzo. My king. My king! It hurts. Protect him always. Yeah, he's pretty mindless now. Hi, Trilby! What are you doing here? The guide. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Can I go in here? That's where, Malcolm came from. I cannot. Take his place. It hurts. Did you get wrecked, scrub? Originally, the tall man faltered and grabbed the ledge with his left hand, but that didn't sync up with the next scene. I keep forgetting to draw the tall man's bandages when he's in a small sprite, but I couldn't exactly forget when doing the big sprites. For the record, he has loose bandages on his hands because they are skinless. His hands, that is, not the bandages. Spike! Ooh, nice weapon, bro. Skinless bandages, indeed. Just like boneless pizza. More of those big sprites that I seem to like so much. I like this one too, although I couldn't be bothered making the loose bandages flap in the breeze. The appearance of the new prince owes its conception to the trance from Final Fantasy IX, when characters gain jazzed up variations on their old costumes. It's basically Defoe's bandages jazzed up, combined with Defoe's jazzed up apron and welding mask. And the arrogant man knew the name of the king. And now the credits. And to Mods' credit, the ending theme is some of his best work for the series, I feel, and syncs up nicely. I'm not gonna click. Okay, I'll click. Okay. And that is 6 days. Oh god, he was really a bookish looking dude. It was an interesting shot. But that, everyone, is Chzo's Mythos. The entire series minus, I guess, the Countdown Trilogy, which is like little supplementary stuff. Unsure, Ghost. I got a lot of schoolwork I now gotta pivot to. Not looking forward to that. Good series. Thanks, Shadow. Yeah, thanks for watching. And thanks to Nem for being the only other person who knows about Chzo's Mythos who could chime in with some interesting tidbits. There were going to be more testers here, but I didn't have time. Rude, Yahtzee. The Trilby Army. And now you all know Chzo's Mythos, so if I ever reference it, you should all get it. It hurts. Red images on the left are from 5 days, green on the right for 7 days, blue in the middle for 6 days. I guess you got that. The whole recap slideshow ending was something I nicked from Cave Story. I still need to play that game. I have it. Some people thought there was a missing image here. It's just that the 3 protagonist pictures are randomly placed in the allotted game section each time. Oh. So they're just kind of randomly placed. That's neat. The end. Is that it? Oh. Yes, that's a collective name for it now. I hope the special edition has given you fuel for when you debate the series on message boards. He called it Chzo's Mythos there. Remember that all the answers are buried in the game somewhere, maybe hidden pretty well sometimes, but they're there. Go says drink. Guess I'll see you in the commentary for my next blockbuster game. Ciao for now. Bye, Yahtzee. Love you. And yeah, that's it for now. Reminder that we are in Zelda month, and while Skyward Sword fell apart like a wet napkin going through a sewer drain, I don't know where that analogy went, but we are pivoting to Link's Awakening for Zelda month, so look forward to that. I will see you all on Friday. Good night, and happy transition from Spooktober.